Hi everyone, and welcome back to Japan. It's me. Yay. There's no point me saying too much until people start entering the room. So I'm going to give you guys a chance to arrive. Everyone, usher yourselves in. Welcome. Welcome to live chat. Who's going to arrive first? Is it going to be Lejean? I think it might be a little bit late. It's a Monday morning for Lejean. Is Lejean going to arrive first? Oh, two people and alike instantly. That's very good to see. Who's first? And after the sound problems we had the other day, I guess I should ask, can you guys actually hear me okay? I am using the expensive mic today, so hopefully there will be no problems. Hello, Harry. Hi, Lenny. Hi. Wow, everyone came in quickly. So, guys, just tell me first of all, check you can hear me, that everything sounds good, that everything looks as good as it can be when it's my face. Is the technical stuff all okay? Any problems technically speaking? Don't know why I'm doing this. Yep, can hear you just fine. Excellent. Then I might as well introduce you to today's drink. You might remember I had that Funashi drink the other day. Well, I went back to the same shop, and now they've got Funashi Black. Oh, yeah. It's Funashi, but he looks really cool with the alcohol now. I mean, when they talk about marketing alcohol to children, this is how you do it. And this one's actually stronger. This is a full 5%, so it's like beer strength for this one. Yeah, Funashi Black. And it appears to be black lemon. So that's what we're going to be drinking today. That's what I'm going to be drinking today. If anyone wants to give me money to send them drink in the post, I will try, but your local customs might not approve. No bias, everyone. No bias. There is no bias on this channel. No bias at all. No bias at all. No bias anywhere. So anyway, I've just got done listening all the way through to Scandal, Best Scandal by Scandal. So those reviews are slowly going up day by day, but yeah, really enjoyed that. Haro, hey, hello, welcome, my friends. Yeah, so anyway, as I was saying, today I will be drinking Funashi Black whilst we discuss the no bears either. Yeah, actually, I should get on to apologizing briefly for the first of all, the fact this is happening on Sunday, because obviously yesterday I was in Tokyo and Wi-Fi was screwed. And obviously apologizing for last week's live chat when I was basically dead. So let's see what Black Funashi looks like. All right, Black Funashi. I'm going to pour it. I don't usually use a glass, but I thought, hey, let's see what it looks like. It is actually black. I don't think this is a stout. I think this is a Chuhai, but it's kind of dark. Oi. That looks like Coke, actually. Maybe this is... Oh, wow. Smells amazing. All right, let's see what everyone's saying. Except for bears, the French live performance, etc. Oh, by the way, this is pretty interesting. My glass, when I bought it, has G Life written on it. Ain't nothing but a G thing, baby. Damn, that's really good. Well, I've got to admit, credit where credit's due. Funashi makes some fantastic drinks. I love that Funashi brewery. So that was really good. Yeah, so what things have been going on? I bought something amazing. I have to show you this. I'm doing, I've been talking to a few guys, Lejean included. I'm doing more of those junk instrument covers. But I wanted to buy some instruments I wanted to get. Don't you dare call my beanie a hipster beanie. This cost 100 yen, and it was from a big chain supermarket that no hipster would ever go to. It was cheap, and it probably involved child labor. Anyway, what was I saying? Yes, so I was doing more of those junk music instrument covers, but as you guys know, not all of the instruments are necessarily junk instruments. They're just kind of instruments that you wouldn't really use, or objects that wouldn't really be used as instruments. And I wanted to get some new things because I didn't want to constantly use the same sounds over and over again. Oh, people are asking other questions, so let me just quickly come to that. Is that a suit jacket or a bathrobe? One of my wonderful friends keeps on giving me jackets because they recently moved house, and so it's a proper jacket. They recently moved house, and their husband is like the same height as me. So he's like the only person who can actually give me hand-me-down clothes. So he keeps on giving me jackets now every time I visit him in Tokyo. Like, so yes, it's a jacket. I've got a few new jackets. So where was I going with this? And yeah, anyway, so I wanted to get a new instrument for the junk music instrument covers, and this one was a little bit expensive, but I had to buy it. Now tell me, do you guys recognize what this is? Has anyone seen one of these before? If no one has, then I'll play it for you. Anyone recognize what this is? Any thoughts? Any clues? I'm going to give a chance to the internet to catch up. Who has seen one of these before? CMC, if you call me a yupster one more time, I will block you. Slide whistle. That's a fair guess. A yuppie hipster. Oh, man. Oh, I can't believe you called me that. You're ruining my evening now with a horrible comment. Okay, anyway. So here it is. Toilet bowl holder. Oh, my God. The trolling is getting so bad. Yes, truly the greatest of instruments. And you can switch it up to high mode. And you can switch it to low mode for if you want bass. Sounds like it's in pain sometimes. I like the high mode, actually. So that will be appearing in some of the junk music instrument covers coming soon. I love this thing. I think this is brilliant. This was invented by a Japanese music scientist guy who got quite famous for these. They never really got out of Japan, and I wonder why. But let's see what some of the comments have said. I saw Lenny who mentioned stylophone. It's kind of like a stylophone, but awesome and Japanese. Plus, it does have this kind of like this action. Most of what that does is similar to, when you do change the shape of your mouth and it changes the tone. It's kind of hard to hear this over the microphone here, but it has a similar effect. You can kind of control the tone a little bit with this, which is really weird when you're trying to do it properly and you're really thinking about how am I going to affect Pac-Man's speech pattern. So yes, it's kind of like a stylophone, but with a little bit of a sort of analog control to it almost. Haro likes it. Thank you. It's a demo of the new Perfume song. Yeah. I was kind of thinking this is the kind of thing you could use it for. Doing a Perfume cover on this would be awesome. And I am actually thinking there's one. I was talking to Lejean about there's 1 or 2 Perfume covers I want to do for the junk music instrument ones. And this little friend is going to be involved for sure. Let's have a look here. 1362. Good morning. Good morning. I hope you're okay. So how are you doing today? How are you doing? Penguin. Now that sounds like a dolphin. It does have that dolphin quality. Does it have that Scandal dolphin quality? Is this how Scandal bass sounds? Probably not. Let's have a look here. So, Ondes Matenot. Ondes Matenot. Is this a name? A name that I do not know. I wonder. Harry, he could use it for a Scandal Junk Music remake. I'm going to use this for a few of the Junk Music remakes, I think, because it is quite an adaptable instrument. Plus, funny thing is, if I plug this through like some of my speaker effect things, I can get it to do really weird sounds because, like I said, it has got like quite a lot of tone control through the weird mouth thing. So I think I can have quite a lot of fun with this amongst some other things I'm looking to buy as well soon. By the way, a big thank you. If you're one of the Patreon people, you have massively helped with a lot of this. a lot of these like silly little things that I kind of really want to do fun things on the channel, but I can't really justify paying for half the time. The Patreon has helped hugely with that, because this Patreon money is allowing me to do things. And I'm really hoping stuff like this, this didn't cost much, but like I said, I wanted to do something like this before, but I just I couldn't really justify, food or this. So I have to eat. So it was always difficult. And I'm just really glad that now that little bit of cash is coming in and just helping me do fun things like this, which are going to be really great for the channel. So massive appreciation if you're on the Patreon. Every little bit of that is helping massively. I am really careful about using that money as best as I can, sort of really making it last. But I'm looking for things that are really going to be fun. And like I say, I've been using it a bit for upgrading the video editor, for getting little lighting and things for when I'm turning this all into the studio for next year, for the new presentation. All of this stuff is helping massively. So I do want to give a big shout out to everyone who's been supporting the channel. We've had some one-off payments. We've had some regular people who pay every month, which is so massively helpful. So, just like I say, big thank you to everyone involved in that. It is really a big part of why I'm able to start planning some really fun things and hopefully get a couple of junk music covers out in December. There's a few remixes I've been working on since November as well. So there's going to be some really fun original content coming out. Well, original content coming out soon as well. So thank you very much to all of you for that. He could use it for, oh yeah, you mentioned that. Tomomi after a curry. Ooh. Oh. 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 Imagine that. Okay, let's do that. Okay. Sorry. Oh. Bad curry. I've got my rubbish bag over there. I'm going to put it near to the rubbish bag, but not in the rubbish bag. So I think enough from my little battery friend for today. Stay. Okay, let's have a look. So Penguin made a good point. 1,000 subscribers soon. Yes, I know. I was kind of thinking, hey, I think you guys might remember like 2 weeks ago, I was saying, hey, if we can get 1,000 subscribers before New Year, there's going to be close, but it'd be awesome. And then just suddenly we've started accelerating towards 1,000 subscribers. I know some of our subscribers have been coming in with the mention of the Filipino music as well. So I want to do a bit more Philippines music as well, like every now and then. Obviously, that's not the main focus of the channel, but it's something we've enjoyed. So long as we're still getting interesting music from that, occasionally, looks like, so we brought some of the Korean artists across, and I think I'm going to bring over 1 or 2 of the Philippine artists for just occasional reviews as well. But there's been a lot of support on that side, which has helped the subscribers. So that's another thing we'll do a little bit more of that, depending on demand. But yeah, 1,000 subscribers soon, and then I can. It's just going to make it so much easier. So many extra features, and yeah, we're hoping that next year 2 videos every day is going to be easy. It'll be like 2 videos, occasionally 3 videos, lots of little extra things we can include. But there'll be a bit of a range of content, which we've been slowly working towards for a while, so that you guys can pick and choose more what you want to watch. But there's definitely going to be, the reviews are going to be the heart of it as ever. That's going to keep on going. I just love doing that. So let's have a look and see what everyone is saying. Name of French musical instruments, sort of like a valve tube. Theremin style with a finger loop string slide contraption. That sounds like it might be something French that I might like. Ondes Martenot. Okay, I'm going to Google that. Ondes Martenot. Trying to remember it while Google loads. Ondes Martenot for sale is the first thing that comes up. Oh, wow. Oh, crikey. What on earth is that? It's kind of like it looks like a keyboard attachment. Like, so you have like a normal Bontempi, and then your Ondes Martenot comes out of it. That's such a weird thing. Okay, I'm gonna have to YouTube that later to see how that plays. See what everyone is saying. Unboxing of the No Bias Conqueror album, Paul. I'm gonna ask a serious question. Do people actually like unboxing videos? I've never understood that. It's like watching someone open something that you don't have is, and if you do have it, why would you watch someone else unbox it? I never understood unboxing videos. So I'm assuming that was sarcasm, I guess. Unless people actually want me to video me unboxing the album. Sorry, I'm full of useless, obscure nonsense. Obscure nonsense is the least uselessest thing ever. obscure nonsense is what we call general knowledge. So don't worry, Lenny. That's a good thing to be. That's a good thing to be capable of doing so. Harry, notice the views on the Scandal reviews are doing moderately well in comparison to other uploads. I am glad, considering they are reviews, not reactions. I'll be honest with you, Harry. This was a bit of a difficult one because the views of most of the videos we've been doing recently have been quite low because, as you guys know, I've been focusing on a lot of stuff recently. Again, I do this every couple of months, so I spend like maybe a month focusing on stuff that I know is not really going to get many views, but it's more to bring in more people. In fact, the last month, last six weeks have been the highest subscription turnover in the history of the channel, but not the highest views. You know, it's been a little bit down. Actually, it's been up compared to how it was in October, which was awful. November and December especially have been much better than that, views wise, but it's not the best the channel has ever been, which was like during the summer when it was very, very high, sort of early summertime. So, but the subscriptions have been very high and we're getting more repeat viewers and the basis is getting stronger for the channel. So, I will admit that the recent videos haven't been getting hugely high views, and I have to admit the Scandal ones haven't been getting hugely high views either. Been a little bit like, okay. I mean, I'm glad that Scandal Baby's got over 200 now. That's a good sign. I mean, I kind of think if things are getting over, if you leave it for a week and it's up to 300, that's a pretty good sign that it's, it's going to slowly turn over time. And I think that's the idea I'm getting for these Scandal ones. So I'm hoping that if I'm consistent and I keep on going through all the Scandal albums, then it's going to be something where it'll build up over time. I don't think it's going to be quick, but I think over time. And like you said, the fact that it's not reactions is a shame, especially considering this is something I'm listening to the first time. I'd really love to share it. But it is something where I think people who are actually genuinely fans of the music are going to be interested to, something that they've probably had sitting on their shelf for 10 years. They're going to be able to sit and listen to someone give a fresh take on it and hopefully say what they think. I heard, when I was listening to Best Scandal, I don't think there's any surprise to say I really enjoy the album. I don't want to give too much away now, but there was at least one track where I just was like, no, this is a total and utter disaster. This doesn't work at all. There was one track which for me was just such a misguided mistake. And so I'm really interested, especially to get to that, which is so nice to say, because usually when you do these sorts of videos, you're thinking, oh, if I do a negative video, I'm going to get a lot of backlash. But when it comes to something like this, you're going to get some nutter fans occasionally who will like hate you for saying anything negative at all about the band they love. But I think most of the people watching this are going to be people, they're just listening to me talk after all. They're going to be people who genuinely love the artist and want to hear hear some ideas about the music. So I'm really interested, especially to get to that negative one, to see what people say, to see if people totally disagree or if they agree or what they think. So, I know what you mean. I don't think it's the highest views really, but I think it will turn over with time. And I think these Scandal ones are going to slowly tick up the views. Kind of slow and consistent is the feeling I get. And I get the feeling we can get some good conversation out of them as well. And it's so nice because this is an artist who I should know. And I just don't really. So it's nice for me to be able to sort of go from the beginning through it with you guys and, see how my experience of it, is affected. Similarly to like what we did with Baby Metal, Bandmade in a slightly more roundabout way. I'm really enjoying this. So, I know they're not the highest views right now, but I think it's enough to make it worthwhile. Let's have a look here. Actually, yes, they do. No, not sarcastic. They do. Who's they? Are you talking about people liking it? I know there are people on the internet who like unboxing videos. I know there's a lot of that, but is there anyone on this channel, anyone who actually regularly follows this channel who likes unboxing? Because like I said, I do not understand. I do not understand what the appeal of unboxing videos are. It just makes me go, oh, great, you've got it. I don't. Lenny, unfortunately, Radiohead used it, so that wasn't good. Are we talking about the? We're talking about the instrument. Radiohead, like a group who I have a kind of a weird respect for. I do respect some what they do, but they're a bit depressing. I'll be honest with you. They do have a lot of depressingly dirgy music. Penguin, don't care for unboxing either. Fair enough. Okay, there we go. There's one mutual voice. Let's see what everyone else says. CMC, more in this case to see the difference between the standard and the limited edition versions. The version I'm getting is not a particularly fancy version. I mean, I'm not getting a Blu-ray version because I don't have Blu-ray. My eyesight is actually not good enough to warrant ever owning a Blu-ray video. In fact, there was a concert I did which was filmed by the venue on Blu-ray, and I've never seen the concert because I don't have a Blu-ray player. I've just kind of got this disc. Never seen my own concert Blu-ray because it was only printed on Blu-ray, not on DVD. I didn't pay for it. That's all that matters. So anyway, yes, the thing is though is that I'm getting a relatively basic version. I can't remember if I'm getting the CD or the CD DVD. Harold knows. But the main thing is I'm getting the album. That's what's important, and I'm getting my no bias cover. The cover which has no bias, the unbiased cover, the mutual one. It has all of the members. There's no specific member on my album cover. No member at all. It's the one with all of them on. Let's read some comments. Very happy you got to BIS with Paolio. Excited for more. Yeah, there is more. I've actually recorded 2 more BIS reactions, which are scheduled to come up. As you guys know, I try not to leak any information about the reviews before I do them because it kills the point of it being a reaction. And also I have to separate them because if I do too much of one band in a row, it can get a little bit unfair for people who are waiting for. We do so many artists now that it's unfair for people who are waiting for another artist if they have to wait a long, long time to get back round to it. So the BIS ones are there, but it might be a few days to a week before you see at least the next 2. But yes, I'm enjoying it because it's like I say, I have a perspective on it now, and I don't know how to feel. And definitely the next one I did, which was Idol, that I was really surprised. That was not what I'd expected at all. So yeah, Idol by BIS is the next one I'll be uploading. That should be coming hopefully within a week. Hopefully within the next 7 days you'll get to see that one. Harry, I shared Scandal Baby to the Scandal subreddit. But not the others because I got a lot of downloads, but it did seem to drive some views, downvotes. Yeah. You guys know I'm relatively okay with people downvoting my videos. It doesn't really bother me too much, but I kind of prefer not to deliberately goad it. But yeah, I mean, I know with bands like this, you're going to get obsessive fans, but I'm going to be doing so many Scandal videos on these track-by-track listen-throughs, and I'm going to be concentrating on Scandal amongst other artists. That's going to be one of the ones I really want to concentrate on. So as a result, I think I'm going to be putting out so much material that it's going to take a real diehard fan to downvote all of them. So I think as a general, the positivity will win out, and we'll just generally get the people who want to watch it. And I'm hoping that people will stick with it and sort of sub and, watch the playlists and everything. So thank you, Harry. I really appreciate that. And hopefully people will be sticking with it properly. So, eventually Scandal fans will just be coming back to say, hey, I wonder how far back has got in the Scandal journey. All right, let's see what other comments we've got here. So the King of Cardboard Palace does not do unboxing videos. Okay, that is a very fair comment. No, actually, because when I came here, I had 5 large cardboard boxes from Cardboard Palace 1. Took all my stuff to here. And I think you guys might remember it. If you're on the Discord, we were on the Discord thing where you choose the soundtrack, the playlist, and I was telling guys, okay, I got a lot of unboxings to do. This was just a few days ago. I got a lot of unboxings to do. Put me on an unboxing playlist because I had been here for like 2 months before I'd actually unboxed most of my stuff. I'm not an unboxing guy. It's too much like housework. I'm not a housework guy. Everything in my life has to be as simple as possible because I just can't be bothered. And when I say simple as possible, CMC, that does not mean a hippie. Not a hippie or a hipster or whatever you are. I don't drink soy lattes. I drink canned lattes. In fact, not even canned lattes. Cafe au lait from a can. Top value. No E. Not a hipster. Harold, CD only version. Thank you, sir. Thank you for clarifying that. I couldn't remember which one it was. The main thing for me is, I'm one of those people. I love the little extras and things, but what I really want is the album. I want the album. So, for me, it's like all I really care about is get me the CD. So, and, the right cover, which has all of the members on. I swear it's not a biased cover. I didn't buy a biased cover. There's no biased cover. Where are we going with this? Not much of a fan of unboxing either, Harry says. Fair enough. Okay. Yeah, I'm willing to be entertained by, I'm willing to entertain what other people find entertaining, but sometimes people find something entertaining and I just go, I need to understand your justification for this better. Everyone likes unboxing things, but watching someone else unbox, actually, do you know what's even weirder? There are people who actually watch videos of people wrapping things up. That's really weird. It's like you're not even getting someone's vicarious joy. You're getting to vicariously see someone wrap something up that they're presumably not going to give to anyone, or if they do give it to someone, you're not going to see that. That really weirds me out. That weirds me out a lot. I know it might be an ASMR thing, which is okay, fair enough. That's a whole different century thing. But still, if you watch people wrapping stuff up, I really want to know what the justification for that is. I'm one of those people, I have to ask why, but I love to ask why. There's always a why behind most things. So, oh, the girly gorilla version. There's no bias. Don't know what you're talking about. No bias. There's no bias version. No bias. Nothing. All the members are on it. Every single member. Unless there's some mistake in the order and I get the wrong copy because I'm not biased. Haro, I can lend you the extra DVD or Blu-ray version if you want. See, this is what I love about this. You guys are so generous. I tell you what. Straight away, probably not straight away because well, actually, you know what? I'll do this deal with you, Haro. When I give you back all of the other CDs that I'm keeping for you very carefully, I should give those back to you probably December or early January. I need to give these back to you to be fair and safe. And then maybe at that point, I'll feel a little bit better about taking another disc off of you. But for now, maybe I should give you some stuff back first, and then that would actually be kind of cool. CMC Bride reaction at some point. Yeah, I am so sorry that got delayed. That is coming. That's one of my biggest cock-ups is the fact that's taken so long. But yeah, and plus there's new Bride came out recently, isn't there? So I was kind of wondering, should I be putting that front and center? But that's one of the ones that I was going to do that again tonight, but I thought I'll finish off the Scandal thing. So because the Scandal one had been taking so long to do, so I finished off Best Scandal tonight. And then started uploading those and scheduling those for the next few days. Bride will be the next of the things I'm doing. There's a couple of really interesting ones that I got off the Reddit. I've been going through the Reddit again. Some people have suggested some stuff, and there was one which was like a dubstep girl band. I didn't know what to make out of it, but it was absolutely insane. That was really unexpected. There's some crazy stuff coming up, but Bride is one of those ones that I think is it Bride or Bridia? But I'm pronouncing it Bride. Anyway, that's coming up. Harry, I need to start adding that hashtag to my tweet of Becca's reactions. No bias. Let's have a look here. Yeah, I started using that as well. It's just kind of fun. I think what I like about the no bias hashtag is it is fun because it betrays the obvious problem with doing reactions and reviews at all, which is, like I say, that there is absolutely no genuine answer for what good and bad music is, with exception to Oasis. But there's no actual definition of what good and bad music is because everything is subjective. If you like the sound of babies crying and pooping, technically that is music to you. And you might be insane, but technically that's a good sound. So that's the wonderful thing about doing these reactions. You can kind of break it down. This is what I say. I try to break it down from a purely logically musical perspective, and then I pass it on so that people can have a discussion about what that resulting feeling is. But so the no bias thing's kind of fun because obviously it's impossible to do any of this stuff without actually some kind of inherent bias. But at the same time, you're trying to approach it without being biased. So it's fun because anyone who takes the no bias hashtag seriously clearly probably shouldn't be on this channel. It's just a very fun. I can't remember. Was it Harry who came up with that first of all? It was either Harry or CMC. One of you two guys came up with it first of all. Whoever did that first of all, though, that was a really good choice. I like that. So I've started using that as well. The no bias hashtag is awesome. So look here. CMC, hippie plus yuppie plus hipster. Whatever it is, kill it. Kill it with fire. Lenny, I watched the unboxing of some of the One members only exclusive Baby Metal stuff. Okay, I see what you mean. But even then, that would kind of make me feel a bit shitty. I'd be like looking at stuff and going, I don't get to have that. Incidentally, I did actually find that there's a few bands who have like fan club shops where you can buy old merchandise really, really cheap without being a member, like stuff that they maybe overstocked for tours. So there's a couple of those things that hopefully I'm going to be buying in the next few weeks as well, definitely for the new background. And one of them is, we were saying this as well actually recently, like you go to a gig in Japan, the thing you always get is a towel. Weird as that is, you get a towel for holding above you. I always think of one day I'm just going to turn up with like a dirty bath sheet. But yeah, you buy towels, and I found that you can buy like old surplus tour towels from band websites really, really cheap. So I'm probably going to get some of those and put them on the back wall as well, because they're really cool to have. They're kind of fun. Very sort of Japan centric. I don't think you get that so much in other countries. But yeah, like exclusive stuff. I don't know. Kind of like if I want to see something being unboxed, I would want it to be unboxed by me. And if it's unboxed by someone else, then it's just going to make me feel bad that I don't have it. So I can get that justification to a degree, but I don't know. It's just CMC. Well, it was the new Brothers song, as it's the new lineup with 2 new guitarists and the old members left. As the old members left, well, all of them. Good music equals whatever you like. Bad music, perfume, pop. Well, let's put it this way. Oh, this is a great conversation starter. Perfume are a million times better than Oasis. I can't wait for the hate. There's got to be someone who's been silently watching this live stream, who's probably just watching for entertainment, who's probably going to like now take a swing at me. I'm waiting for it. So Crown Stones have a competition for the new Bandmate album, and weirdly enough, one of Miku's stage costumes on show. Who's Crown Stones? Is that the band that you guys were talking about the other day? Have a competition for new Bandmate. So why would they have a competition for a new Bandmate album? That's confusing. So look here, Vexus. Hello, Vexus. Hello, welcome. Welcome to us talking randomly. 1362. Towley from South Park is all we get here in the States. Towley from South Park is awesome. Want to get high? Just hold Towley above your head. So yes, cheers everyone, by the way. So in case you weren't here when this first started, today I am drinking, I kid you not, Funashi Black. It's Funashi, like the last one I had, but this time it's black and it's a bit stronger, because in Japan they do not market alcohol to children. It's very important to remember, alcohol is not marketed to children. That literally is the Japanese word for alcohol there, and that is Funashi, the kid-friendly mascot. So I don't care. This is really good. I'll be honest, this is really good. Much better than I expected. The last one I had was really good as well. These Funashi drinks, who makes them? Because obviously, I mean, that's just a bit of vicarious branding. I wonder who actually manufactures this. Oenon. Apparently, there's a company called Oenon who are manufacturing this. Credit to them. This is a damn good drink. This is the sort of thing where even if it wasn't funny, I'd probably consider buying more of this. Good stuff. Certainly does compete with my top value cafe au lait. Yeah, those coffees cost 28 yen, which I guess in America that's just over 20 cents. So in England that's about 20p, depending on how Brexit's going. So CMC, sorry, no ideas, as the message was in Japanese and the auto translate was, well, crap, to be fair. Which message are we talking about here? Oh, okay. So for the Crown Stones thing. Okay. Harry, there is a picture of Mammy from Scandal hugging that mascot on stage. Funashi, yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know how aware you are of Funashi, but Funashi has some mad popularity. Obviously, it's kind of gone over the crest of like the ultra, viral status now. It's beyond that point, but at the height of the Funashi craze, that was anyone, however famous you were, you weren't as famous as Funashi for a while. Let's have a look here. So I think Hara just mentioned Crown Stones was Bandmate's record company. Oh, that's why I recognize that. Yeah, Crown Stones, I'd not heard of it outside of Bandmate and just a few other things. So I didn't even know that was a record company. It's just kind of like one of those names that I'd heard banded around occasionally. Sven! Actually, wait, Sven. That's for you, sir. Sven. It's not the AKG you mean, but it's a different AKG. These are AKG. I'm pretty sure that's the AKG logo. It's been a long time since I've really thought about the headphones I buy. I just kind of like, I know which logos are the good ones, and I can't remember what the company's names are anyway. I just don't buy anything that says Beats on it. Actually, do you know, that was the funny thing. When I had a pair of headphones, right, I got it in a box, and I was really sort of shocked. It was this weird connector on the end. I was like, what the hell is that? And then I realized it's the Apple thing. And they sold it to me with a little connector to put it into Apple phones. And I thought, nope, took that out. Took the little connector thing straight to a secondhand shop, sold it, and got myself 100 yen. So, well, I've gone really off topic. Hi, Sven. Lenny. So the towels are only for waving. Oh, by the way, Sven, I do want to do more Asian Kung Fu Generation, by the way. But having some legal issues with some of them, so I'm being a bit careful about which ones I pick. Might be a couple of weeks, but I'm gonna do more Asian Kung Fu Generation sometime in the near future. It didn't get a huge amount of response for the last two I did, but we don't do many male-fronted bands on this channel, and Asian Kung Fu Generation are kind of legendary, at least in Japan. So I'd like to do a little bit more of their music. Lenny, so the towels are only for waving, not for wiping sweat, beer, spit, and vomit off your face, depending on the eye. I think depending on the artist was the correct phrase there. So if you get a towel at a metal concert, I'm pretty sure that you have to get it signed with one of your co-attendees' blood to actually make it look like you really went to the concert. No, I mean, I think most people, they keep them like really pristine clear. They hold them above their head and they're very careful. They're designed, I think it probably comes from a tradition of having a towel for those reasons at a concert, you know, wiping the sweat and things. But no, you keep them really nice. I remember when I did the interview with Carrie Pami in London, they gave us like a promoters pack, and there was loads of those towels in there. So I've still got them in my storage thing in London. I should have had them sent over. If I knew that we were going to turn this into a video channel rather than a radio thing, I would have done. But I've got so much like posters and memorabilia in London, but a lot of it's kind of outdated now. You know, it's amazing how fast music moves on, but still, I wish some of that came over. So I'd probably get some of that as well. But I really do need to get a lot of stuff. I really want to fill out this place and make it look really nice. So thank you as well to everyone who's offered to send me over stuff. Like I say, anyone who can send me anything surplus, I much appreciate it. But please, please, please don't send anything that you're going to miss too much if it's here for a long time. Because like I say, I've got to attach it to the wall, which means there's going to be adhesive on it and stuff like that. So please don't send anything that you're going to miss too much. But anyone who's got surplus stuff, thank you for kitting out my studio. Let's see what everyone's saying. So CMC. Hi, Sven. Depends, Annie. For some musical genres, the towel and sweat, yeah, is appropriate to wave. Are those not ATH or AKG? They're AKG. Pretty sure they're AKG. I can't, because AKG, they used to actually write AKG on all of them, but now I'm pretty sure that is the AKG logo. I seem to remember it is, but now it's just on that. And I know that's like a logo that you can trust, and I'm pretty sure that's AKG, because AKG, you used to buy them, and they were famous for being quite offset. And so you have these big cans on the side, and we used to use them in pretty much every studio with AKGs. You have like a little AKG thing down the side, and then the mastering headphones were with the Sennheisers. So I've still got, I've got like a cheap old pair of Sennheisers here, but these are really good ones for mastering. And the main thing is, see, these are so hot when you put them on. They're so tight on your head. And I've had these ones for about 4 or 5 years now. I bought them in London actually before I left London. And even now, the strength for them is still so strong. You feel like you're having your head crushed. So these are like proper, studio headphones for, really getting down to listening to detail. But they're not the most expensive ones, the HD205s, but pretty good. But yeah, I remember, I'm pretty sure these are AKGs, these ones. And AKGs are good, like simple listening headphones. They've got a nice, good balance. They're not like the sort of Beats by Dr. Dre ones where it's like there's no mid-range and it's all treble and bass. They sound more even, AKGs usually. Let's have a look here. So, Harrow, I have to go now. Good night. Good night. Sorry, I was talking about headphones, but good night. If you're still here, night. Have a good evening, sir. Have a good evening. 1362, getting choppy connection on my end. Is anyone else getting a choppy connection? Actually, before I go any further, please tell me, is anyone getting a choppy connection? CMZ, Matthew, thanks for the subs on the Bandmage radio channel. Awesome. All right. Just before I go any further, can someone tell me, is the signal good? Are we getting a good steady live stream right here? Not choppy, no problems here. Okay, I'll keep on going. So, Harry, well, Apple owns Beats now, so no surprise you avoid that brand. The main reason, do you notice that Apple acquired Beats directly before they changed away from using jack plugs? I was going to say, I mean, that's the kind of thing. No disrespect. If you've got the money and you find Apple easy to use and you like that kind of thing and you can afford it, fine. But if you're the sort of person who maybe you don't have enough money to splash out on things, if you are actively buying something where clearly they've acquired a company just to make your life more difficult, they've actually bought a company to make your life more difficult, then I think you're kind of going into the masochism area of marketing there. Just don't buy it. If a company's going to do that to you and and it's going to cost you extra money and you don't have money to spare, don't buy into it. That's all I'm saying. So yes, they bought Beats directly, did that change almost immediately afterwards. They immediately then started preparing their new iPhone that didn't have a jack plug for some bull crap reason. Anyway, moving on from that, Sven, I posted an Asian Kung Fu Generation song in your subreddit. This won't be blocked. It's a live version of a song. Okay. You know my feelings about doing live versions, man. I might try something else first of all, because I would like to do a couple of studio ones before I start getting into the live stuff. But okay, I'll definitely give it a try. But I would prefer not to get so quickly into doing the live stuff for the reasons I've mentioned so many times. People are probably sick of hearing it. I will entertain that stuff, but like I say, might give that a little bit longer to get around to. But thank you anyway. I do appreciate links are the main thing. It gives me something to work on. I mean, hey, if I can't get the Asian Kung Fu Generation stuff I want to do, then at least I have got that. I can go straight into it. But first, I'm going to give it a little bit of time before I do it live one. All I'm going to say on that. CMC looks like ATH logo. ATH. Is ATH a headphone company? Maybe I'm completely wrong. ATH headphones. Putting it into, you might be right. Oh yeah, Audio Technica. Audio Technica. Yeah, that's it. Sorry, I always got Audio Technica and AKG confused. So they're Audio Technica, not AKG. Audio Technica, it's signed kind of the same thing as AKG, like really similar quality, really similar price and everything. So yeah, I've never heard them called ATH before, but Google just flashed that up and said, yeah, ATH is a name used by Audio Technica. Fair enough. So yeah, you're absolutely right there. Let me quickly move on. Ningen, because we've got a lot of comments coming through. Ningen is only regular male band on Breakdown. Can't think of another. Exactly. Yeah. I've got no huge problem with that, but there you go. But yeah, no. I mean, I want to get some male fronted bands in, but I got to admit, I've always had a preference to the female voice anyway. I just find it works better, especially in rock. Male voices kind of get a bit in with the guitars. I mean, a lot of my favorite bands, male-led bands, I must admit, do have more high-pitched singers, because I tend to find that otherwise the voice gets lost in the guitar. It is very difficult to mix a male voice against rock guitars. I know that might sound completely counterintuitive, but it really is. I grew up listening to the groups where the singer kind of had a slightly higher voice, I think, a lot of the time, because it just kind of cut through a bit better. So yeah, everyone's saying not shoppy, that's good. So 1362 might just be yours, might be sir, but if it keeps on going, let me know. All right. I'll see if there's anything I can do on this side, but not really sure at this point. Hey, by the time we do the next live chat, we should have over 1,000 subscribers, hopefully, if I don't do anything too bad. So as a result, yeah, hopefully the next live chat will be able to, I might be able to actually get, I might just buy like a temporary sim, put it in like a mobile device and go walking around and do like an outdoor one just for a bit of a laugh, just to be one of those types of social media annoying bastards. So let's have a look here. Well, CMC, Grados are pretty good value. Even their cheapest headphones are pretty good. Grados? I don't know Grados. I'll look into that. CMC, TSPO plus AKFG maybe as a reaction. I wish you could just write full things. What's TSPO? TSPO. Tokyo Ska Paradise Orchestra plus a... Oh, so Tokyo Ska Paradise Orchestra did a song with Asian Kung Fu Generation. You know, this is kind of like when TextSpeak first came out. You know, when people can only text 140 or whatever characters. And it took longer to decode the message than it would have just taken to write the message. Anyway, okay. If that's the thing, I might check that out as well. Thank you. Hey, how you doing, Fikir? Welcome back. Hello. Come from this after Rock Girl Band video. I've requested to another trio and group. Please react to Choshu Nair Asphyxia opening of Tokyo Ghoul Reanime. Please check it out. Did you put that in the Reddit? Sorry to be a pain in the butt, but if you did put that in the Reddit, it's brilliant. Also, actually, I wanted to talk to you, Fikria, because I have just done another passcode. I did passcode. I think it was Ray I've just done. It's not uploaded yet, but that's going to be coming out soon. And I did another one by... What was the name of that band? I can't remember their name. The band who you recommended for a long time before I actually got around to doing. I did another one by them, so there's two coming that you should be interested in. Oh God, what was that band called? They did like the really interesting song, but the first one I listened to was really interesting. It didn't seem to land quite right, but it would just like had this really interesting sound going on. Oh God, I can't remember what they're called now. Victory, remind me. Sokon Inaru. Thank you. That's the band. Yeah. So I did another Sokon Inaru and passcode. I think it was Ray I did. So they are coming soon. A little bit of time before they're going to come up though, but they will be coming in the not too distant future. I did also the live video you sent me for passcode. That is lined up as well, but I haven't done it yet. Like I said, I wanted to sort of do that in a little bit of a space, probably do that separately, just so I've got a bit of time to approach it because it's a live video. Have to kind of approach it with a slightly different mindset. So that's coming as well, but that's going to be a little bit further back. Maybe might have to post that in January. Let's have a look at some of the other comments we got here. Sven, music videos of Asian Kung Fu Generation will be blocked every time, I think. Yeah, I was interested when I uploaded that last one that it was only blocked in Japan, actually, which is a shame because I know there's a lot of English-speaking people in Japan who do actually check out this channel a lot, and I get a lot of comments on that sort of thing. So that's why I uploaded the video twice with two different versions. But I might just do another one just to get that and then move on to a live one. I'd rather like do at least 2 studio ones before I do a live one. But see how it goes, man. See how it goes. I'll have to wing it slightly. CMC Audio Technica. Audio Technica in reply to Grados. Oh, Grados is a type of Audio Technica. Sorry, I'm again writing full sentences. CMC Wajima versus Kaname next week, and Saikiva plus Miko on Iron Bunny's show. Saiki and Miko at Iron Bunny's show. Okay. I did just do another Iron Bunny reaction that's going to be going up, and I don't think I'm going to be making many Iron Bunny fans happy. I've now listened to 2 of their songs, and I've got to be honest, I'm really struggling to understand what people see in that group. Sorry, I've kind of given away my reaction to the second one, but I don't get it. I really don't get what people see in that group. So the idea of Bandmate playing with them is really strange. You have to get my head around that. All right, fair enough. I can't say that's something I'm particularly excited about, more just curious about. Yeah, the Iron Bunny thing is I'm going to have to try and find a different song to react to because I've tried a couple of songs by them and it's not making sense to me. Just nothing about it is standing out. It seems to be very predictable, like really predictable. And not in a kind of a that's cool way, more in a okay, what are we doing here sort of way. So I really do want to. I really do want to try more Iron Bunny just to try. I'm sure there's going to be this point where I go, oh, okay, that's what this is. That's what that's what everyone's really seeing in it. But I'm just kind of struggling at the moment to really get it. Maybe this will help. Yes. So where was I? Actually, do you know what? I keep on thinking because there's like a little indent in the wall there. It looks like I'm in a tiny little prison cell, but I assure you this room is a little bit bigger than that. When I lean down and the colors balance, it looks like I'm in a tiny prison cell. So let's have a look here. Simsy Pigeon, the versus 23rd Century Android Bunny, not playing with him there for publicity and the premiere of Iron Bunny's new song. For some people, they want that predictable 80s shred rock. Yeah, I mean, as you guys know, that's something I find that really desperately boring because if I want to hear that, the 80s has plenty of classics and I can go and check that out. If I want to listen to AC/DC, I will listen to AC/DC. If I want to listen to Motorhead, I will listen to Motorhead. If I want to listen to that type of music, I will go back and listen to that type of music. I don't think that's a genre that needs to be brought back. It did everything it could have done already. It's done. Leave it alone. So that's kind of my feeling. Honestly, I really don't. I've not heard anyone do anything with that kind of 80s metal genre, especially like the power metal thing. I've not had anyone do anything with that style of genre recently that I can really say, yeah, that added something. It was a very specific style, and it did its thing, and it's left its fair share of classics. Leave it alone. Unless, of course, unless you really can bring something to it, someone might be able to. But just from my opinion, I've not seen anyone bring anything to that genre that wasn't already there and exemplified by pre-existing classics. So let's have a look here. I've only heard one Iron Bunny song that it was okay, but nothing to make me want to listen to them. Yeah, that's my feeling. It's like I don't listen to it. I don't go, oh, this is bad. It's not bad. It's good, but it's kind of like CMC was saying. I think some people like it. That predictable style. To me, it is very predictable. And by the way, I'm going to point out, I know that I have absolutely no grounds for getting too ballsy about that complaint, because a lot of the defensive things I've said about what's his name, Nakata Yasutaka, the producer guy who does like Chiari and Perfume. I know you could level the same complaints at him. He does the same sound over and over again. And I like the intricacies in how he makes them different. And I'm sure someone who's into that style of metal can probably find some way of justifying the same thing. Although I think it's slightly harder because it's all guitar. There's not like there's a range of sounds that they pick from so much. But, so yeah, don't get me wrong. I know, again, this is subjective to opinion, but I really do believe when I listen to something like Iron Bunny, and I've only heard two songs, but I listen to it and I'm just like, yeah, okay, this is all been done before and better. And this kind of feels more like a nostalgia trip for people who are into that kind of thing more than perhaps I am. And I don't think the girl band element really added anything to it either. It's like they all seem to be very talented, but it doesn't seem their talents are really being used so much. But again, I've only heard two songs. So what the hell do I know? Lenny, just a thought. Remember how James did the Second Opinion series? What if you did Second Opinion live version for some songs if they warranted a re-listen? Yes, that is something that I've considered, and that is a really good idea. The only reason why I haven't done that is because I'm already pressed for all the artists and songs I want to get in, that it kind of feels a bit of a moot point to suddenly do songs a second time. I don't really want to do songs a second time if I don't have to. Plus, like I say, very rarely does live can add something to it, but it very rarely gives you much to comment on. I guess maybe the best option for that is I could do a literal listen along, where at the beginning of the video I just say, okay, we're going to listen to this. We heard it before. Now we're going to hear it live, listen to it, and at the end just finish, like no comments, just what are my initial reactions? Because I've never really heard a live version of something that, well, okay, maybe, but not often have I heard live versions that have really given me enough to really give a breakdown about it. It's just kind of like, yeah, that was it live. Everyone seemed to really enjoy it. Hey, they played it a bit rawer, and yeah, great if you were there, but I wasn't. So I might do, but that would require a certain degree of approach, and plus it would, the editing time would be no different from a normal video, even if I made it shorter. So it seems like it might be more work than really would pay off. And I wouldn't want, like I say as well, if someone's like a fan, like subscriber to this channel, who follows this channel, who's maybe into a smaller band who we don't cover so much, maybe we cover them once every month or two, then I'm going to feel a bit bad if they're watching me cover like the same band's song twice while they're still waiting for the review they wanted to see. So it's a difficult one, but yeah, I'm kind of with you on that, but I'd have to have a lot more time free, I think, and have to have a real strategy for how to approach that in a way that actually had some reason, some way that I could actually get something useful for the listener out of the video. But well worth mentioning, and thank you for that. James, by the way, he's switching up the series that he's going to be doing. Like, he's doing kind of things about food and other things now. Same with Bubbles as well, because we kind of worked out that them covering the same stuff I was doing wasn't playing to their strengths. So they're going to be doing quite different material now to get something more interesting for them. So it'll be more different from what I'm doing. So unfortunately, the Second Opinion series isn't going to come back. James didn't feel like he could get the most out of it, and he was kind of feeling like his opinions weren't coming across as well as they could have done. It just wasn't so much playing to his strengths. So yeah, he's going to be doing something different for the channel from next year, as is Bubbles. So it's going to be a slightly different look there, but I will still be doing my core things and adding a few things to what I do. Let's have a look at some of the other things people have been saying then. So thank you, because a lot of comments coming in. Harry, need to hang those posters. Daisy will enhance that space nicely. I was thinking about, should I start doing that now, or when should I start doing that? Because at the moment, how many posters have I got? We've got Daisy, and we got a few others. I got the mini perfume one just to annoy CMC. I got Bish, Baby Metal, Silent Siren. So at the moment, I've got 5 posters, one of which I'm not sure I entirely should be hanging in the back of a reaction video. But yes, yeah. I last two times I went back to Tokyo, I looked in Akihabara, and there isn't much turnover on posters. I mean, most of the posters in Akihabara, as you expect, are for like anime singers, and because I don't really think it's a good idea to put a poster of someone who we've maybe only talked about once. And because I've done a few more Pedro reviews, I went back to okay, I'll buy the Pedro one now. I went back and it was gone. So like, yeah. And then there was a really good Bish one that wasn't there before. I was like, oh, maybe I should buy that one instead, but it was really expensive. And I was like, so a bit difficult really getting the posters I want. So I'm thinking I'd do more buying online. There's a Gakiban one that I really want, which is really good, like a really nice one. Just kind of got a really beautiful old style Japanese look to it. Yeah, little things like that. And Harry mentioned that he might be able to get me a Scandal one, which would be fantastic. I'd love to get a Scandal one, especially with Scandal work we're doing. And CMC has quietly mentioned that something might be coming in the post to me. So we'll have to see what that is. Let's have a look and see what everyone else is saying here. Fikri, I agree with female vocalists for regular rock band, I think. Yeah, I just think it cuts, doesn't it? It cuts through. It's really hard to explain, but it is kind of true. In the whole point, when you think about, if you think about music in its most sort of raw arrangement form, an orchestra, this is basically where each sound has just been engineered to fit in a certain place. You have your more bassier section. You have your tenor sections. You have it all sort of builds up. You have your alto sections and your treble sections, and everything has its own place because the idea is each sound has to cut through. And if things are in a similar range, then you have things like brass and strings where one has more of a bite and one has a smoother sound. Every sound has to be identifiably different. And I do find that when you've got someone, this is one of the reasons why I struggle a lot with some of the old school metal sounds that people like, is when you've got like a growling mid-range guitar and a growling mid-range vocalist, you're just gonna get a lot of growl. And it kind of loses definition. So yeah, for me, female vocalists usually in rock songs are better than male vocalists just because, the voice punches through. It means that the guitar can be heavy. The guitar can be heavier in a female-led song because you can turn it up more because it's not going to interfere with the vocals. And the vocals can, punch through more because they're gonna find their own space. So yeah, I know it sounds really weird, but I do think female voices work better for rock. And in a strange way, that does mean that sometimes male voices work better in pop. Weird as it is, sometimes that is very much true. So let's have a look at some of the other things that people are saying. You need a bear poster in the background. What, to scare the crap out of me every time I turn around? To turn on the camera, I go, there's a bear behind me. Ah! Yeah, no, the bears are still coming to get me. So there won't be a bear poster in the background. Unless someone sends me a suspicious bear poster. Don't do that. Let's have a look here. CMC, it's why Arm Bunny had Warren Martini from Rat, George Linver from Dokken, etc. I don't know either of those guys. I'm kind of be honest with you there. On the songs from the first release, also why they had Yuki from D Drive on there for the shreddies. Yeah, like I said, I get that. And to me, it seems like it kind of seems more like a 80s power metal fan club. I think actually put on their title, they put like the metal or the rock institution above Iron Bunny in their title logo thing. And I get that. If that's something you're really into, it's like a fan club. But I do feel like it's kind of a fan club where they're more dredging up the past, which is okay. There's nothing wrong with that. I don't want to give too much about my Best Scandal review away, but there was at least one track on Best Scandal where it really felt they were dredging up something from the past, but they were doing it in a way that was kind of nice if you like that kind of thing. And, I do get it. But for me, because I'm not naturally into that type of music, or at least I'm only into the classics of that type of music, like I say, the real standout pieces, the power metal that really kicks and that everyone knows when you play it, you go, oh shit, it's that riff. That's the sort of thing I'm into, but it's not a genre that I would sit down and listen to albums worth of it. So it's just, that is not engineered for me. And I was kind of hoping that this whole thing of it being a cross between that and a girl band would be like so many other groups. Like, you know, we've heard Baby Metal, we've heard Passcode, even Bish on occasions. You know, this thing where they Dreamcatcher is a great example where they mix two genres. It never felt like that to me. It felt like Iron Bunny was just kind of doing the 80s power metal thing, and the singing was just kind of the thing that was put over the top. And I did get a complaint comment. It's kind of a complaint comment about me saying that the vocals weren't really doing much in that first song I listened to. And someone really saying, oh, there's a lot going on. I had to be honest, I was listening back to it from a writing perspective. I'm sorry, there wasn't. And I think that maybe people see the potential talent in there more than realizing that it's kind of being squandered. At least, like I said, I've only heard 2 songs. So, you know, I kind of interested that there's a lot of different views on this, but I think that people are seeing the potential in that group more than, just in my opinion, than what's actually coming out of it. So I think it's a mixture of people who have a real 80s nostalgia, mix of people who see the potential for a big sort of crossover group there, and I don't think the reality is actually either of those things. But all fairness, if they're working with people who are synonymous with the genre, then that's great. You know, I mean, it's like I say, it's like a fan club. If you're into that kind of thing and they're playing to that kind of thing, then that's brilliant. All credit to people. Yeah, good for them. I just don't think it has the wide mass appeal, and I'm not surprised that they haven't taken off hugely as of yet. Maybe they will, though. Let's have a look here. CMC, yes, everyone chip in for a biggest bear poster possible. Just bigger than the actual building. Sorry, George. Oh, George Lynch. Okay. Still don't know who it is. Harry, I will be likely in a month before I send out a scandal poster, and who knows how long it would take before the post gets it to the East Coast America, so basically the opposite side of the planet. No, man, I just appreciate it. I really appreciate it. Whenever it arrives, I'll be very happy to receive it. But thank you. And it looks really cool as well. You showed me a picture of it. It looks like an awesome poster. So I just really appreciate it, man. And pop it in the background. So when I do my scandal things, it's right there behind me. Fikri, what do you think about K-pop or J-pop is more interesting for you? Without a shadow of doubt, unfortunately. I mean, this is not said as any disrespect to K-pop, but J-pop is a million times more interesting. The problem is K-pop is very good at production. They have this, I think they're the best in the world at production. Their production is seamless, it's beautiful, it's gorgeous, it's so detailed. And they know how to make a pop song really hit as a pop song. But I feel a lot of the time that's because they're working with music that is not very well written. It's quite boring, a lot of the writing. And I mean, I've worked in the studio with production and everything, but to me, the song starts with the writing. I don't care how good the singers are, how good the musicians are, how good the production is. None of it means anything if the song is not interestingly written. And that to me has always been the problem with K-pop. You hear one song and it can be really, really great, but it's hard to take in a large amount of it because after a while you start realizing they're just polishing the same thing in a lot of different ways. K-pop has its fun. It has some good things in it. There are some Korean bands who don't get much credit. You don't hear much about Korean rock, but there's some little Korean rock bands and things going on, very interesting. And I think K-pop has a lot of potential, but the problem is K-pop has become so incredibly popular now without having to justify itself through good writing. It's started to slip into what I would call the American school of pop music, which is where style, celebrity status, and, you know, production that sounds innovative is more important than producing a genuinely interesting song. So, and, you know, this is how in America we've got stuff like Nicki Minaj. I mean, Nicki Minaj, I'll say openly that in my opinion, I've heard her do rap stuff and she can actually kind of rap. You know, she does seem to have a skill for that. Does she do that? No, most of the time what we hear, when she does rap now, it's all just like really obnoxious crap, just showing how cool I am crap. And most of the time she's doing that awful fake wobbly singing voice thing, and the reason is because she doesn't have to. It's all for show. It's all just, this is the current sound, this is the current attitude, here is a beat that represents what's happening right now, which is usually minimalist crap. And that's what K-pop is going to become. I've already noticed that K-pop is sliding towards minimalism. They are moving towards minimalism shockingly quickly, and you know, the production's still great, but they're giving it all up and moving towards that lowest common denominator approach. And it will very soon just be celebrities going to the most inoffensive, dancey beat, singing songs that are all about showing off how cool you are. We're getting there. We're getting there. And that's my sadness with K-pop. I think K-pop is heading downhill very quickly. There are some saving graces, which is one of the reasons I've stuck with bands like Walking After You, new review coming soon for them as well. and Dreamcatcher, because I think they represent the sort of power of the rock and the pop that still does exist in good quality in Korea. But it's a challenge. It's a challenge because I think the music industry is going in the wrong direction there very quickly, which is only going to sell more records in America and make them want to do it quicker. Harry, French Bears at a live concert. French Bears at a live concert poster. Give them a baguette and I'll burn that poster for you. Oh yeah, sorry, no bias. No bias. Is that? I don't know if that's actually a thing, but I think that should be a thing. Hashtag no bias. I hope I've not just invented something crap. I think I have. CMC depends on the vocals. More extreme voices like Lemmy on Bruce Dickinson worked, or Bruce Dickinson worked as much as they were extreme of the vocal ranges. I think the reason Lemmy worked is because Lemmy kind of his voice. He wasn't really singing. He was a guitar. I mean, this is the guitar work in Motorhead was simple for a reason, and I think the reason is because it kind of played more like guitar and Lemmy's voice is another guitar. That kind of can work, but this is, I mean, we've got to admit, as much as I actually did really enjoy Motorhead, they're kind of a one-trick pony. I think that's because their sound is very much based on that, or was, dare I say. But yeah, so it should be pointed out that that's I think that it can work, but as a general, you tend to not get so much flexibility from that. There's less examples of where that can work. And I mean, the extremes, the problem is that when you get, I don't regard Lemmy's voice as too, I keep calling him Lenny. I don't regard his voice as too extreme, but certainly fits in that is more the way they used his voice, I think, than anything. But vocal extremes are not always a good thing. But I know what you mean. It's a difficult one because it's a case-by-case thing, that really. All right, I'm losing some comments off the top, so I'm going to have to go through these quite quickly. I'm going to scroll back up. Harry, track from Best Scandal that sounded like Dragging Up the Past, Mabarashi Night, or Anatagama. Oh, wow. I have to double check that. I don't think it was either of them, but I know that one of those songs that you just mentioned did get an extremely strong reaction from me, but I'm not going to tell you why. I'm going to let that come up later. Yeah, I know you meant Mawaru. Yeah, one of those songs got a very strong reaction from me, and I'm going to let the reaction do the talking. Okay, CMC. Not really that into the Iron Bunny thing. It's better than average, but not quite good. Okay, for a listen to on Spotify, maybe I wouldn't go 3.5 out of 5. Well, considering some of the music you've given like a 2 out of 5, I regard that as more than an average review from you. Yeah, I could never give it 3.5 out of 5 if I was using your scale, because it is just so incredibly average. And like I said, I don't mean this as any insult, because there is a lot of talent potentially on display there. I just don't see, I think people hear their potential more than they actually hear what's really being played, which is not that interesting. But again, I've only heard 2 songs. So I shouldn't talk about that too much. But there you go. Lenny, hang a green towel behind you and green screen whenever image du jour. Yeah, I mean, green screens are very cheap to get in Japan, because if you go to the 100 yen shops, you can buy like green felt very cheap, and you can buy proper lighting. So I was kind of thinking of that, something like that. But I mean, green screens are very tacky for reaction videos. So maybe something where, maybe just if I'm doing something fun, I might get one just to do some fun, like silly videos at some point. But it's not a priority. But yeah, I am thinking about that. As I was saying the other day, a lot of the reasons why I wear like dark clothing like this over my shoulders and usually use dark hats is because if I'm doing thumbnails, it's easy to cut out the picture of me because I just go into Photoshop and just flood fill the background, because it's enough of a color contrast that I don't have to worry about any color bleed. Just sort of set like a tolerance of about 30 or 40 into everything goes into like transparency and just cut myself out. But yeah, maybe for some videos I might do something fun like that. But yeah, some sort of green felt or something. Sven, Mami's guitar solo in Anataka Mawaru is great. I'm not going to talk too much because I'm really looking forward to seeing what you guys think of my reactions. And I'm not going to tell you which song. I'm glad you mentioned 2. K-pop, polishing a turd into a cubic zirconia. Oh, look, CMC, I know you're comically for effect being a bit broad term with that, but yes, in a broad sense, yes, that's kind of what's happening. But there are some real diamonds in the rough with K-pop. There really are. And I do think that for an industry that has so much negative buzz around it and yet so much money going through it, I think it is important to highlight when positive things happen in K-pop rather than just condemning the entire genre, because of the fact that, you know, those positive things, we want the industry to go in that direction, preferably. It would be nice if people keep pushing the more positive aspects of K-pop, and hopefully it will at least decelerate this descent into mediocrity that a lot of K-pop is aiming towards. Let's have a look here. Harry, Pot, Squeak. I know who you're talking about. CMC, I need some man with the charismatic reactions, Dean. Have you put him in the Reddit? I will put him in the Reddit, because actually I did hear one of his songs the other day. I was like, it's pretty good. I think you played it on the Discord. I was like, actually, that's a pretty damn good song. CMC, put some of that in Reddit if you haven't already. All right. 1362. Any chance you'll dive into the heavier stuff like Darren Gray, Caphonic from Darren Gray is one that I want to. I've had a bit of trouble getting videos that didn't immediately come up with a copyright warning. There is a process by which you can check a video when you obtain it to see if there's an immediate copyright response. This doesn't often work, but the one thing it does work, Scandal is one of them. The minute you even try and obtain a Scandal video, a copyright warning comes up on this piece of software I've got, and you immediately know that there's no way you'll ever be able to react to it. And that's bared out, and every time I've tried it. Darren Gray's another one, so I want to do that, but I might have to do that as a review format because reaction looks out of the question. Chthonic, kind of looks like the spelling for like Cthulhu or something very H.P. Lovecraft, but it's Chthonic. Anyway, from Taiwan. Might do. Now, my problem is with heavier stuff, as you guys know. I actually, some of the bands I like I do like some like really quite very heavy stuff. But when it comes to heavy stuff, I have a very specific taste for how how I like it to sound, what I like it to sound like. Like anything with too much screamo, like I say, screamo is effectively, it's a quick expressive sound. It's not something I want to hear too much. So if something has too much screamo in it, like more than 25% of the song is screamo, immediately it's kind of trashed for me, because it's just kind of like you're doing this sort of atonal stress sound over the top of thing, kind of kills it for me. And also, if something is just kind of lots of drop tune guitars, again, it can become very atonal. This is my problem with music when it gets too heavy. You can get some ultra heavy stuff that is really awesome and packs some punch, but a lot of the time you can get stuff that just is very atonal. It loses any melody, and it loses rhythm as well, because they go for too much double kick, like, and that's no rhythm to that. I mean, it comes to the point where you just think, well, there's not really any tone, there's not really any rhythm. I might as well just sit on top of a tumble dryer, put a stethoscope in it, and stick it in my ears. I mean, really heavy music, I am willing to entertain, and like I say, when someone does that really well, it can be brilliant. But there's a lot more people doing that really badly. So I can't judge until I've heard, but I would always be a little bit tentative. I might do that. As you mentioned, they're from Taiwan. Maybe on one of the World Tour Wednesdays, I might do a recap and pick them up, because I think some people mentioned them when we did Taiwan before, actually. So thank you for mentioning that. Actually, can you put that in the World Tour Wednesday Reddit suggestion thing? That would be great, because then I can think about maybe coming back and doing that group. Darren Gray are on my list, though, but like I say, a bit difficult knowing how I'm going to approach that due to copyright. Fikri, yeah, K-pop really boring in song structure. You can hear K-pop just a song, not video. They really average, no offense stuff. Yeah, I think that's true. I think the video plays a big part of K-pop. They really do focus on them. A lot of them are kind of very similar as well. I was mentioning with Dreamcatcher, we listened to Minx, which was the original formation before they kind of like worked out their identity, and it was just very standard K-pop, bright colors, we're dancing around having fun sort of thing. So yeah, K-pop has the songs don't have the interesting identities they used to have. K-pop used to be a lot more interesting, and it is slowly going in a very bad direction, in my opinion. But opinions are opinions. Harry, Howard throwing hand signs now. Paul Squeak. Oh, is this? Wow, how far back in the comments am I? All right, I'm gonna have to keep up. Sven, I think Japanese sounds better in songs than Korean. Japanese, I think, is a beautiful musical language because of the fact it's broken into syllables. If you don't know how Japanese is formed, I haven't got time to explain it now because I'm really behind on the comments, but it's formed in a syllable standard. As a result, so much more of the language rhymes and so much more of it has a natural rhythm. Japanese is a beautiful language for music. It's almost musical in its very essence. Lenny, not a suggestion, but just came across a Japanese band called Lenny Code Fiction. We're going to have to drop that link for me somewhere to find, because that sounds like it should be a suggestion. But it's a cool name. I like the name just because it's so weird. Hashtag hand sign poll. Yeah, I'm really behind on the comments, but catch up. Squeak, thank you, CMC. Actually, no, I am upset on the comments. Everyone seems to have slowed down because of the fact that I'm waffling too much. Harry, gang sign, but typed the last word up quickly because work. Oh, you're at work. I keep forgetting your work on a Sunday. Oh no. Lenny, CMC, sorry, friend. You are losing your credibility with Iron Bunny. Only rabbit hole I would go down is Death Rabbits. Oh, wow. This is interesting. Yeah, I got to admit, I mean, this is the interesting thing. I understand why Iron Bunny has more musical talent than Death Rabbits. But I would argue that it's very clear why Des Rabbits was much more interesting to listen to than Iron Bunny. I would listen to Des Rabbits over Iron Bunny any day based on the little I've heard of both groups. If someone said, okay, you've heard 2 Iron Bunny songs, 1 Des Rabbits song, which group do you want to listen to more by? I'd be like, at the moment, Iron Bunny would be more out of interest. Des Rabbits would be more out of a sort of excitement for what the hell is going to happen next. There is a playful imagination in that Des Rabbits song that is totally lacking in Iron Bunny, from what I've heard thus far. This is why I really want to try at least one more Iron Bunny song. You guys haven't seen my second review yet, but I'd be really interested to see what you guys think of it. I do want to try another Iron Bunny song, though, because I want to work out. It can't just be that people like it for 80s nostalgia sake. There's got to be something they do that makes them stand out. And it's not just that bloody outfit. That's a cool outfit, but that cannot be your entire thing. So, yes, I'll be doing more Iron Bunny, but at the moment, yeah, I got to admit, Des Rabbits has definitely demonstrated a lot more creativity and songwriting skill, even if they don't have the musicianship to go with it. Like I say, I will always position songwriting above musicianship. I'm sorry. I always use the example, but I would rather hear a group of like mediocre instrumentalists sort of struggle their way through a really interesting song than a group of really talented musicians try to get the most out of something dull. It's just, that's the way it works, in my opinion. Music is music. You write a good song, and that's the core of it, because the brain can fill in the gaps even better than, you can fill in the gaps of a poorly played song with your brain. But if someone's got a boring song and the musician's filling in the gaps for you, then where was I going with this? CMC, news to me that I actually had any credibility start with squeak, squeak. That's a fair comment. You have credibility, sir, but I don't know. The credibility is more of an earned credibility for your stubbornness, your stubborn opinions. That's what makes you and I similar. The opposite sides of the same coins. We agree on nothing, and yet we're both equally stubborn about our disagreement. Lenny, Simpsy, I assumed your scale numbers were scientifically sound based on math formulas and such. CMC, why on earth would you think that? Science is whatever I feel it like at the time. Flat earth theorist you must be. Lenny, Lenny Code fiction sort of 1 o'clock-ish. No, please don't. You can't talk about something and then not mention it, because it's going to come back into my memory on my next live chat. I'll be like, why didn't you link me to that? Figgy, 11 p.m. here in Indonesia, so I'm off now. Your passcode in the second in our video. I'll wait that. Thanks, no problem, man. All right, you have a good evening, sir. And remember, when we start World Tour Wednesdays again in the new year, Indonesia is where we're going. So thank you. I think you dropped me some links in the Reddit, so thank you for that. We'll be going to Indonesia on the next World Tour Wednesday when we start properly at New Year. But anyway, you have a good evening, sir. Thank you so much for tuning in and joining us again. CMC saying good night. All right, guys. Anyway, so 1 hour and 20 through, and I haven't drunk enough of this yet, so I'm going to have a quick swig. Time for a solo. Thank you. I need something stronger. That's only 5%. Let's see where we are now. Simply flat earth, round earth, disc on the back of 4 elephants carried on a giant space turtle will work for me. Thank you for the Terry Pratchett reference. Purple Heart Evening. Hello. Did you join during my solo? That must be a frightening thing to tune in halfway through. Lenny. Oh, 1OK Rockish. Oh, old 1OK Rock or new 1OK Rock? I should see more 1OK Rock. I really want them to release a new song so I can try again, but I'm familiar with a lot of their old stuff. We'll see how it goes. Although I know just all their fans hate me now, so except for Lejean. Lejean's the only 1OK Rock fan who doesn't hate me. CMC. Hi, Purple Heart. Hello. Oh, I got a moustache now. If I got 2 of these, I could actually have a little moustache. That'd be cool. Sven, what do you think about the new 1OK Rock album? I usually don't hear them, but their newest album is pretty bad. My problem is it's pretty bland. It doesn't do. I had one full listen through to it, and I've heard a lot of the songs off it multiple times. It doesn't do anything bad enough to be offensive, but I mean, I guess you could say it was offensively bland. It never really. It's just kind of there. It's like one of those albums you hear it and then you never think about it again. It doesn't upset you particularly when it's on, but it doesn't do anything to grab you either. I think it's difficult because I mean a lot of people have connected this to judging where 1OK Rock as a band are going and what their musical intention is. And people are talking about them selling out and stuff. I genuinely think they actually enjoy doing this kind of fluffy. Sorry, I'm cleaning my Pac-Man. I think I enjoy doing that sort of fluffy sounding pop rock stuff, and it does occasionally work. I don't think it's bad. It's a sound that I'm not hugely into, but I respect for what it is, and they really throw themselves into it. But I just, like I say, for me, it's like the music has lost all intricacy. They used to have quite a lot of intricate musicianship in their songs, but now it seems so much about sort of every song's a sing along. Every song's powerful and emotional, and I think that's all because they're focusing so much on Taka, and because Taka's got this like weird messiah status with some of the fans now, where it's like, I just want to hear what Taka has to say. I want to hear Taka's feelings, and it's like, okay, but it's all become about everything's just a basic, bland expression of Taka's latest set of lyrics rather than writing a song with an arrangement. That's the feeling I get. It's very hard to balance that one out because, I mean, I know different people could see it different ways and there might be an artistic reason why they wanted to go for this, but I've never been a big fan of simplistic music anyway, but I do think they are intentionally going in that direction, but it just doesn't work for me, if I'm honest with you. And the most recent album, I heard it once. I believe it was the most recent album. I heard it about 6 months ago. And I was like, okay. I was like, yeah, it's nice enough. Didn't get annoying, just kind of didn't. I pretty much switched off my ears. I wasn't really paying attention by the time it finished. So yeah. Anyway, I'd be happy to hear counter opinions. Maybe it's my fault I wasn't paying enough attention. Purple Heart, I'm presuming since you've been on for an hour, new Bandmade album already been discussed. Well, I haven't got my copy yet. I'm waiting for my hard copy. It will be coming along. So, guys, do not ruin the new Bandmade album for me. I know it's about suggestions and things, but I really appreciate if you can save the comments about my new Bandmade album for when I drop my reviews. I'm really looking forward to it. I think it's going to be a big thing. And please, bear with me on this one. I really enjoyed discussing it with you. But we've had some brief discussions about it, but nothing too detailed. But anyway, yes. Like I said, just for me. CMC. So are you going to do the new Silence song on their release? Yes, because I'm going to be in the shop licking the window. No. Yeah, I probably will do. I don't know how to feel. That teaser was a strange one. I mean, nothing about that teaser made me go, oh wow, this is going to be great. It kind of made me go, where's the music? So I'm interested, but it wasn't like sort of Fujiyama disco style riff. It was more of okay, they're going to do this, start this from a simple place. So I'm interested to see where they go with this. But it's an individual single. It's been done off of albums. So there must be a big reason for this, whether it's linked in with like a theme tune or something, or whether they just really wanted to get this song out. Interested to see how that goes. Harry, there are a small handful. Sorry. There's a small handful of 1OK Rock songs that I like. The rest of them are. God, I'm getting hiccups off of this. God damn you, Funashi Black. Yeah, Funashi Black gives you the hiccups. The other Funashi drink didn't do this. Where's the other one? I can't find it. It's back there. Bloody hell. Stuff is full of gas. More than me. What were you saying when I was reading that I stopped? There are a small handful of 1OK Rock songs that I like. The rest of them are a hard pass for me. Yeah, I wouldn't blame you. I kind of got into them originally when they were newer, but if I was listening to them the first time now, nothing about it would really drag me in. It would be kind of more of a curiosity than anything. CMC, nope. Purple Heart, Howard is waiting for his no bias physical version to arrive. Yep, my no bias physical version, which has absolutely no one on the cover. I thought it was the whole band, but there's going to be no one on the cover of mine. It's a black cover, no cover, because there's no bias, nothing on the cover, nothing at all. It's a blank cover. Copy. Arrive. I, however, really, really like it. I heard lots of people say things that sound appealing to my tastes, so I think I'm going to like it, but we'll see. Sven, the newest album is without a soul and sounds like a cash grab. I think I can't really argue with you on that one. Like I said, I wasn't paying enough attention to it. I mean, that's probably a bad enough sign already. But I wasn't paying enough attention to it, or I wasn't grabbing my attention enough for me to really give it a heartfelt opinion and say that. But certainly, if we were going off the basis of that first single I heard, I can't even remember what it was called. It was something. It was just. It felt cash grabby to me. Yeah. Lenny, I don't know where Lazy Lion is at, but how about the Shramp Orantan? Finally, yes. Finally got that, and there's another one coming soon. Harry, sounds to me like they are trying to break into the American trash music scene, and that's coming from an American. I'm not a fan of our modern music. Yeah, I'm not either, sorry. Like I said, I don't want to be the person who jumps on the bandwagon and says, okay, they're selling out or they're trying to do that. Maybe they are, but I think in a way, I just genuinely believe they actually kind of want to do this. I think this is the sound that they want to do. I think they're probably fans of like Coldplay and U2, and they kind of just want to do that sort of bland arena pop sing-along stuff. And like I say, it's not offensive. It's just kind of very unimaginative. So... I just find it kind of passes by. CMC Harry, one okay rock comment above about breaking into American music. Lenny, it's not Finish You Drink Full, it's One OK Rock's fault. Yes, One OK Rock gave me the hiccups. I blame One OK Rock. Oh my God, some of their fans, if they're still subscribed to this channel, are going to come on here and start attacking me again. One OK Rock fans do not like me as a general. I think we've already established that. If you see the first 3 or 4 videos that were ever posted on this channel after we came across to YouTube. Purple, I was wondering if after World Tour Wednesday, maybe doing a series of looking at popular music during different periods of Japan, like from the 80s, 90s, and zeros. I was thinking of doing that as a separate thing. It's a good idea that had occurred to me before, and there was. I do get quite a few links asking me to listen to older music. I think I'd want to do a lot of research on that, though. I'd want to present that more as a researched piece if I did that. So I might do, but that's what I thought about, but I would need an angle for it. I wouldn't want to do it like World Tour Wednesday. I want to do it with a little bit more affection for the subject matter. World Tour Wednesday is obviously me listening to stuff that's way outside of my normal area of expertise. And just giving sort of generic musical opinion on it. But something like that, I'd like to take my time and research it because it'd be something I want to know about anyway, and I want to present it to people properly. So maybe something I should do. Maybe that's one for the new year once I've got things running a bit more slick. Stuff's getting much easier. So certainly when next year starts, yay. Sven, tracklist for Silent Science new digital single, Hero, Overdrive, Evening Star, 2019 version. Good. All Right. They got the new version of All Right. A live version, but still. That'd be really nice to hear. Cool. Yeah, I'm going to go and buy it. You know I'm going to buy it. You guys know I'm going to buy it. You know it's going to happen. You're going to see me in a shop. I'm going to be buying it. I'm going to go, hey, I told you I was going to buy it. Simpsy, good news for Becca. New Coldplay album out soon. No bias. Seems the 80s, 90s, etc. Almost like a mini historical documentary. Yeah, I want to, because I've been, like I say, for months now, for more than half a year, I've been working towards doing these like little mini special episodes I wanted to do on like Saturdays and stuff, and I've been working towards that. And as you guys know, that's why I've really been pushing ahead November and December to get ahead of the reviews, so that I don't have to, so I can have space to sit down and really work on these things. And that sort of thing to me would be more something I want to present like as a little mini documentary than anything else. That would be something I want to do like that. Because I get the feeling it wouldn't get so many views just off the back of what it is. So I'd want people to see it, to more be able to appreciate and respect what it is than just sort of like be dumbly walking into it like I would be for a lot of it. I know a lot of 90s Japanese music, 80s Japanese music. I know more by reference. I want to do my research. I want to be able to present it and go, okay, well, look what I found out. Here's my research. And, do it. That would be nice because then I could feel like I'm actually giving people something useful. And at the end of the day, I want people to walk away learning a little bit about music and also able to still maintain their own opinion, not feeling like they're being told what to think. So on a subject like that, it would be good for me to do my research. I think more and more I think about it, I think a bit of research would be a good idea. Maybe do like a mini documentary. Harry, hey, you might want to squeeze the Scandal subunit. That's one of the main reasons I so wanted to do this is because I really want to get round to the rap Scandal thing. I haven't heard it yet, and don't get me wrong, I'm expecting it to be total and utter trash, but fun. That's what I'm hoping for. Fun crap. Like when I made Bubbles listen to the Mihimaru GT version of I Should Be So Lucky by Kylie Minogue. That nearly killed him. It's like a rap version in Japanese, and like the music video is like a CG thing of them around like what appears to be like test tube baby creation. It's weird. This said, Evening Stars from Second Silent Siren, Siren's second mini album. That's the one that I haven't been able to pick up. What I really love about the cover for that is they got like the little banner of British flags behind them, which I was like, that's really weird. I've been thinking that maybe once I got a little bit more money put away, I might try and buy a copy of that online because it's very hard to get hold of. I've got the first album, but not that one. So Evening Stars off of that album. Okay. I think the main reason they're redoing these songs is to obtain the copyright back because they don't have the copyright, I don't think. But not copyright for the recordings. If you re-record them, you re-obtain the copyright for the recording, even if not for the written piece. So then you can go for radio play. CMC, Music in Motion with Howard Anakane. Guerrilla documentary style. That would be awesome. Yes. I would enjoy that. I'd enjoy that very much. Be right back. No bias. Where are we going? Purple Heart, I'm sure Harrow can assist you with the research. Actually, that's the interesting thing. If I was researching, I want to research with quite a few people. Harrow would be one of those people I would definitely ask. But I'm kind of glad that I have a lot of friends in Japan who are really into music and who are a bit older than me. So I'm looking forward to, talking to a few people about certain subjects, and that would be a really great one to do. So yeah, it'd be one where me and Harrow could go for a meal, sit down and talk about some of this stuff, and he could give me some ideas. And I could sort of maybe spend a weekend in Tokyo going and meeting a few of my older friends and just sort of like, maybe interviewing them, getting some opinions, stuff like that. So yeah, that would just be a kind of fun thing. So people like Harrow are just like good to have, because they can, they can give you that extra perspective. Let's have a look here. Sven, it's always hard to say this one. The bon do are the coolest rap crew ever created. Why would you go and set the bar like that? Why would you set the bar so high? You guys know that I am actually I do quite enjoy hip hop and rap. I do listen to quite a lot of it. So, I am not going to be viewing it as serious rap, because if I do, then I'm pretty sure that I'm going to struggle to give it a complimentary review. I'm going to be reviewing it as parody. So careful how high you set that bar. CMC Sven not heard charisma.com then squeak. Harry, yeah, let's not get into that guy. I can smoke it like a pipe. Yeah, what was I thinking? I was having a conversation with the Duchess. Where was I going with this? So Harry, the Bondo Cherry Jam MV is stop motion cutouts for the MV. Oh, I've seen that done a few things before. That's really cool though. I like when they do those style of things. There's a few stop motion ones. I recently did a Bish one that hasn't come up yet. It's going to be coming up in maybe a week or so, which was done with a lot of stop motion, and that was awesome as well. God, this thing's gassy. So Penguin's saying Kilmiko is a great rap duo as well. I put a recommendation on the Reddit. That means it will be one that I'll be listening to anyway. But thank you if you already put that in, because that's good. I can get around to that. I enjoyed Hal Cali from back in the day, and I shared some of their music a few times before, just on like the Discord. Hal Cali were actually, when they were doing rap when they first started, they were pretty good. You know, as rappers go, they weren't bad. You know, for two like young high school age girls who had no real reason to be experienced in rap, they clearly had listened to a lot of hip hop because they just really managed to cover that sound really well. So it's not to say that people can't just have a love for it and do it really well, but I'm interested to see where that goes. So yeah, I'll check that out anyway. If it's on the Reddit, it'll be checked out eventually anyway, but it's just timing's the issue. But I'll look forward to that. So thank you for mentioning that, Penguin. Lenny, so I read that Wagaki Band's new EP is intended for appealing to music markets outside Japan. Oh no. Is that an early failed Olympics connection? I really hope that was what I was really hoping wouldn't be said after that new single. I was just hoping that was a bit of a fun sidestep. You know, you guys know I have not given Wagaki Band a bad review as of yet, but that sounds ominous. I don't want to give them a bad review, but we could end up in that territory if they start playing towards shoehorning their traditional sounds in behind just being another metal band or hard rock band. So I really that sounds ominous in a way that I don't like. But thanks for telling me anyway. CMC, if Wagaki aren't at the Olympics there, then what a waste. A real representation, old new vision. Yeah, I think Wagaki would be perfect for it if they play Wagaki music the way that we like Wagaki music. I mean, if you're going to do something new, do something new. Don't just do what everyone else is doing. Yeah, I really hope it's not going to go that way. Sven, not now I eat. See you soon. That's a real caveman sentence.
Now I eat. See you soon.
Okay.
Now we talk. See you later. Make campfire. Cook food.
Thank you for joining in, sir. Thanks as well for giving us some heads up on some interesting things. Good to talk to you, sir. So let's have a look here. Harry, the one door is pure comedy. Good. Thank you. I look forward to that then. Purple, do new albums bring more views if to your older videos on said bands?
Well, interesting that you should mention that.
Depends on the band. Some bands they do. Some bands we get a lot of connective stuff. As you guys know, I've been very much using YouTube's analytics to give you a lot of details. I've been very careful checking exactly what leads to what, who's following what around. The main ones, Baby Metal fans are great. They really go from one song to another. Strange enough, Bandmade fans, not so much. They do a little bit, but Bandmade fans, they tend to watch the one video and then they only come back when they search it again. They don't get so much passover between Bandmade fans. I suspect that's because there's more of a ubiquitous nature of reviews for Bandmade, but then again, there is for Baby Metal as well, but I think there's probably more crap reviews for Baby Metal, so people probably appreciate someone actually talking about music more. Whereas Baby Metal, there's a lot more reviews going, oh my God! Ah! So they probably just appreciate it. Probably appreciate what I'm doing a little bit more, but Baby Metal you tend to get more passover. Perfume fans generally tend to pass over to other songs. Silent Siren fans do. Wagaki Band fans do. Yeah, Bandmade fans not so much, but like I said, I think there's a lot of musical reactions for Bandmade already out there. Plus, I think that's probably the main reason. But yeah, there are some bands who really the fans do pass over to other material quite a lot. And they're the ones who I like to concentrate on. I was mentioning this actually particularly with Perfume, is their videos, when you drop them, they get very slow view counts and they build up consistently over time. So, they'll only sort of get a small number of views per day, but it'll be consistent and it'll build up very high eventually. But their fans always go over to other videos. I think it's because as a general, I think if the more pop something is, the more people appreciate a good review of it, because you don't get a lot of good reviews of poppier music. So I think people kind of appreciate that. And so they're more willing to transfer over and see what you say about other songs. So yeah, I think probably the less respect a band gets from musos, probably the more their fans will pass over. This is probably why stuff like Silent Siren, the fans watch, on average, people who watch Silent Siren videos watch about 3 videos total in a sitting, which is amazing. That's the average. So that's really good. So let's have a look here. There's a few more comments coming in. I've got all the dub on MVs with subtitles for you. I definitely am going to be getting that from you, sir. You know how to get that to me, right? I want to do it after the first album, but I think I should do it. I should listen to 2 Scandal albums before I do it. 2 Scandal albums. I don't know where chronologically it fits in. Did they do it after 2 albums or longer or earlier? Lenny, when World Tour Wednesdays, Malaysia, Namawi rapper. Yeah. I really want to get back. I didn't even know Namawi was Malaysian when I did that first review of his music, but I'll be going back to do a bit more Namawi when we did that. Obviously, we're doing Indonesia next, so what? Malaysia will be after Singapore. I want to do Singapore out of interest because Singapore, for a city-state, does actually have some music in it. So I think it's probably going to go Indonesia, Singapore. Is there anything? What in that chain of islands? Is it actually Indonesia? And then because Malaysia connects, so it's Indonesia, then we'd have to go to Singapore, Malaysia. Anyway, I'll check it, but those 3 countries are going to get in. So yeah, Namawi will be on that. Remind me on the World Tour Wednesdays, Reddit. Harry, that's a fine comment. We baby metal fans are obsessive compulsive. Yeah, I like I said, I think baby metal fans, I think because their style of music has become so popular that they're getting a lot of those trash reactions. So I think they probably appreciate, when you talk about the music more. So that's probably why we get a lot of crossovers from them. Simply, bandmate obsessives don't go back after any criticism usually. Yeah, but that's the same for other groups. Baby metal obsessives are just as nuts. You get those obsessives for both bandmate and baby metal. I think those 2 groups especially, because they're the 2 main sort of ones who've become international in a large way. So I think their fans would not come back for any more. I think with bandmate, though, I think generally it's because there's a lot of those sort of musician reacts types of things. I'm not singling out any one channel. I know there's one channel called that, but there's a lot of those types of reactions. So I think bandmate fans probably feel a bit more spoiled for choice, which is probably why they don't maybe focus so much on one particular channel. But yeah, anyway, like I say, bandmate fans, for whatever reason, don't seem to, when they watch one video, they don't seem to come back and watch more by the same, even with the album track by track listen throughs, which is a shame considering I've now done one for every single bandmate album, but there you go. But still, bandmate fans tend to be quite good at giving likes. We did find, actually, when I was doing the check recently last week, baby metal fans are the most likely to like a video. They're the most likely to give a like upon video. Bandmate fans are the most likely to give a comment, which does give an interesting sort of side view to that. I think, maybe baby metal fans are more interested in just hearing someone talk about the music seriously, so they're more there to listen, whereas bandmate fans are probably more there for the discussion. This is me generalizing, but just from the feedback I've got, sort of generalizing that information with some other feedback I know about, that's the feeling I get. So, Ivy, hello. How many Dreamcatcher fans are on your channel? I don't know, but you know what? One of the statistics we do have is you can directly log into videos relating. I can categorize certain videos. So I categorize videos by artists to get generalized reactions to what artists' videos get. And Dreamcatcher has driven quite a lot of subscriptions. So I do think Dreamcatcher fans are there. I think they're kind of like a quiet number, though. I suspect there's a number of Korean people who probably are following the channel, don't understand it, but are watching just to see how does he react, facial expression. Does he like this? I suspect we've probably got a few of them on there, but I think we've got some Dreamcatcher fans on there. Definitely, we do get a very good view response to Dreamcatcher videos, not instantaneously, but they build up views quite slowly. A lot like Perfume, I think the pop videos tend to have that effect. Rock bands, you get the views slew in immediately. Pop fans, they kind of they like to pick and choose between, and so they slowly build up over time. Rock videos tend to plateau the views very quickly. You get your views for like maybe a week, and then it doesn't really catch up much after that. Pop videos, they'll sort of slowly just keep on coming up and up for ages. In fact, if you go on the channel and you just select video page, and you order by what the most viewed videos are, 3 of the top 5, I think, are Perfume. And yet, whenever I drop a Perfume video, it doesn't get a huge number of views on the first day. Makes you think. So anyway, let's have a look at it. Harry, fair enough. I don't know exactly what you're saying fair enough to, but I hope it was a good thing. Lenny, what band created new separate YouTube channel for the new EP with English writing on the channel? Oh, it just sounds so bad. It sounds like it's gonna go bad. I don't want to be that guy who's like the fan guy, but you know, I don't. If Wagaki Band want to do like anything else, that's fine. But just please don't just be another Western rock band. I don't need that. Like, I don't care what they do. I don't care if they become jazz. I don't care classical. I don't care if they start doing synth pop. It doesn't bother me. But don't just become another rock band, please. Which is nicely followed by CMC saying BBMF, but her bandmate fan. The ones who don't come back. Yeah, I don't think that accounts for all of them, but I do think it accounts for some. And you know, I'm happy not to have those people on the channel. They can give me their one view and never come back. That's fine. I don't need that. I'm so glad the subscriptions keep on coming up. That's all that matters to me. Penguin, do you still have French viewers? Do you know what? During that last subscription, that last live chat, I lost 2 subscriptions. I think they probably were French. I did actually check for the first. I have never checked this before until I did that. I was kind of like do an audit of my own statistics like every month, just to see how things are changing and see if there's something I'm doing right or wrong, just to try and like get an idea for what I should be doing in the background. And for the first time ever, I checked it on a national scale, and I did find that French makes a very, very small proportion of our base. So I kind of don't want to lose the few French people I have, but I think I might have killed the 2 French subscribers I had at that point. We've got a lot of German people on here that I didn't know about. I don't know where these people are. They're not talking, but there's a lot of German subscribers. And actually Germans make up nationally, they make up the highest proportions of like per view. Germans. Are any of you German? Because there's some German people on here who are liking this stuff and saying nothing. It's going, good video. Except they'll be drinking like a really nice beer from a tankard. But still, thank you, Germans. If you're here and you're German, thanks. I actually appreciate that because I had no idea that was happening. Sven's back. Food is eaten. Washing up is done. Sven returned. Harry, fair enough. When waiting for 2 Scandal albums before the one. Oh, okay, I will. Okay. So 2 albums is good. Yeah, I'll do 2 albums, then I'll do the Bondo. Penguin, Fringe Bears at a live concert doing a guitar solo. Hey, I'm not anti-guitar solos. Just have a higher bar for guitar solos, okay? I think I have to think of a more either way of wording that. Let's have a look here. So I've mentioned a sorry, something just came up on the bottom. I'm going to get around to that in a minute. Sorry, it just suddenly caught my eye. I've mentioned it. Yeah, I mentioned in comments versus Ivy. I mentioned in comments, but at least for K-pop, you need to put reaction in the title. Otherwise, it's hard to find your videos and get new subscribers. Yeah, you did actually mention that before. There's a way that I do the tags that I don't have to put it in the title. I kind of wanted to avoid putting the word reaction in the title. I don't mind putting it on the thumbnail, but I wanted to not put it in the title because I found that in a way is a bit more eye-catching. The title does not contain that word when you use a different word, which is why I use breakdown from our title. But the way that the tags work, it will actually grab people saying reaction very quickly. I do in each one of the videos, I do a few variants of the title with the word reaction. I did a bit of research to find out how to do that to best grab people who are searching for combinations of the artist name, song name, and the word reaction or reactions. Would you believe it? The plural does make a big difference, so you have to include both. I've done a lot of research on that, so you are absolutely right, but don't worry, I kind of thought about that. I've done it in a different way, but you might be right that people might not visually notice it, but I tend to do with the K-pop ones. Well, K-pop, we only do 2 artists really from K-pop, and one's K-rock. I do tend to set up this the thumbnail so it's very clear what you're looking at straight from the get-go. But yeah, no, fair comment. I have kind of worked with that, though. I want to keep it in the same format as the rest of the videos, though. So I think that's fine. I think I'm getting a good turnover on them. People are coming in with time. So CMC, French Bears at a live concert doing a guitar solo while eating a baguette. You're really hamming on this French thing. I told you, I don't hate France. I can't. The only thing that you guys mentioned was Count of Monte Cristo. I can't think of a huge number of things from France I can't really think of anything that really affects my life in a huge way where I go, yeah, I love that. Actually, you guys were, because you were mentioning who's the author who wrote Alexander Dumas. I remember this came up because I suddenly realized that Alexander Dumas's name is in one of my favorite films. It's the I love the films that Edgar Wright did with. I love all of Edgar Wright's films. The ones he did with Simon Pegg and Nick Frost. And the last one, The World's End, there's that scene where in the car and they're talking about whether Alexander Dumas wrote the Bible. He's saying, no, everyone knows Jesus wrote the Bible. So that just suddenly reminded me of that the other day. I was walking around thinking about that. So let's have a look here. So a penguin, I'm German and like every video, but I don't drink alcohol. You're German. Okay, so you're representing the German fan base at the current moment. Thank you. So we do have a German. I probably should have guessed from your name. You don't drink alcohol though, which does make you quite unique as far as my stereotypes are known. Actually, I meet a lot of German people here. When I was in Tokyo, a lot of German people come to Tokyo. And as a general, I mean, German people, when you meet them in Tokyo, they tend to sort of say, oh, German people. But actually, German people are amongst the nicest people who I've met in Tokyo. I've had a wonderful time talking to loads of them. I've added a lot of them on my Facebook, so my Facebook is becoming very full of German people. Lenny, for Korean reactions, you need to analyze the choreography. Very important. Yeah, I know. Well, that's the thing. I'm doing Korean music fans the favor of not talking about outfits. It's not so much set design and choreography. I'm focusing on the music because, you know, I think if you're a real Korean music fan and you love the Korean music, it must be nauseating constantly listening to people talking about everything except for the music. All right, I need to get onto this one. Killer Kadu Gan Move. Hi, German. Oh, so you're German, and you said Prost. Is this a French thing? Are you like citing Alain Prost to me? Is this an Alain Prost reference? I don't know if I've ever had any positive or negative feelings towards Prost either. I was never enough of a Senna or a Prost fan to particularly care about their bickering. But Prost, he did come out of France and he made for some entertaining events. But he was never someone who I had a huge amount of feeling either way towards. Just he was interesting. And now he just kind of looks like a weird curly head troll doll. CMC, no bias, cultural stereotypes available for all. And yes, and of course, hello. How am I going to read this name? Killer Cadogan Move. Killer Cadogan Move. That's how I'm going to read it. I'm just going to call you Killer. Or KKM. Yes, KKM. That's just easier, I think, somehow. If I call you Killer, it's going to be a bit weird for people coming into a chat. Yeah, thank you, Killer. It's like... But well, do Japanese groups do Christmas songs? As I know, Christmas is a little different over there. They do, but we talked about this quite a lot in a live chat recently. I think a couple of weeks ago. They do it in the most hilariously, awkwardly bizarre way. They try to cash in on it because Christmas is kind of like a cool thing here. It's not really celebrated. No one really takes a day off work or anything like that. But they try and cash in on it a bit. And some of the Christmas songs are hilarious. I will be doing a Christmas special over Christmas, and we're going to talk about this a little bit more. But there are some brilliant ones, including a rap Christmas song done to Abide With Me, a song that in Japan they seem to think is a Christmas carol. And if you know what Abide With Me is actually about, oh God, that's really depressing. It's a gorgeous, beautiful piece of music, but it's depressing as hell. And in Japan, for some reason, they think Abide With Me is a Christmas song, and they made it into a Christmas rap. In fact, if you've got the OneDrive, I will soon be uploading the Christmas special, the last episode of our radio show before we came over to YouTube. So the Christmas special from last year, and there is a bit where I'm talking, and I play that song, and I talk about it throughout. It's really, really messed up, but it's kind of fun as well. So let's have a look here. No bias. Yeah, okay, let's scroll down a bit. I'm a bit behind on the comments. Oh my God, there's so many comments I haven't read yet. I've got to catch up. All right, Sven, I think I have to suggest a song from a band called Aoto. Aoto. Well, Oto is the Japanese word for sound. So 8 sound. Hachi sound. The singer of them has a band with Takahiro from Feeder. Oh, I might know that band. Inoran from Lunacy and the Feeder support guy, Dean Tidy. Yeah, I think I know that band because I actually I follow Taka quite a lot. I've met him a couple of times and spoken to him. He's a nice guy, and I follow him on a few social medias. So I think I know about that band at least. But interesting, yeah. Drop me a link to that. I'd be really interested to know. 1362, lots of great metal bands from France. Really? All right. Maybe when we get to the World Tour Wednesdays, when we get to France, you guys are going to maybe have to drop me some French metal. Like I said, I'm quite picky with metal. It's a genre I'm quite picky with because I think it's a genre that is prone to mediocrity. And yet when it works, metal is one of the most entertaining and emotionally resonant genres. And yet there is so much really generic metal out there. So, if you can blow me away with some French metal, I'd appreciate that quite a lot. If you're on the Reddit, pop that in the World Tour Wednesdays folder and I'll get around to it when we get to France, which is probably going to take a few more months, but we'll get there eventually. CMC, girlfriend dropped an awful Christmas song recently. Did they? I'll look into that. Sven, hey, I wanted to present the German fan base. You're going to have to, can you both be the German fan base? I keep forgetting where everyone's from. I remember that CMC is Scottish because the way he talks is so incredibly Scottish. Ivy, yeah, but sorry, I just love as a general, the French, I've got nothing against them, but the Germans, you guys statistically, according to YouTube, are the most reciprocating followers on this channel. So thank you, is what I'm saying. I don't want to annoy any Germans, definitely not, because you guys actually are like liking and commenting a hell of a lot, apparently. Let's have a little look here. Ivy, I understand your principle, but your what video does not show up in Dreamcatcher reaction search. I can tell you that is what K-pop fans specify search for. Okay. In my research, it was showing up, so it might be a regional thing. In that case, I will have to see what I can do about that. Obviously, I'd rather effectiveness stand above principle when it comes to something as simple as that. But it should show up in Dreamcatcher reaction because it's actually tagged to show up in that. It might just be that it's been pushed down a little bit low because it's kind of a new one. It hasn't got many views. I'll have a little look, see what I can find out there. Zoc116, Prost means cheers. Cheers in German? Really? Is it cheers is it a German word? Yeah, Sven saying it. Oh, Prost is a German word. Oh, okay. I thought let's see. Guys, you gotta tell me what because I don't know. I don't know. You gotta tell me, then I understand. If you don't tell me, I don't know, and I don't understand. It's a brain. But thank you for letting me know. Talking of beer, give me a second. I've got to catch up on the comments, but I should get another beer. I ran out of that. Ran out of the Vinashy stuff. Well, this certainly isn't. I forgot I bought this. What a wonderful thing to find in my bag. I met Harold the other day and we were having a chat and he was saying, how much do you regularly drink? I was actually saying, I don't drink that much. I like to have a drink in the evening pretty much every evening. But when it comes to the nights that I do the live stream, I drink significantly more because usually on this night I focus on getting a lot of reactions finished. And this is like my really hard-working night. And the more I work, the more I drink. It's a relaxation thing. Let's have a look at what everyone's saying. So yes, I will be saying Prost when I drink this. Not forget, Penguin Gregor is German too. I mean, Krieger means warrior. Yeah, I recognize that actually. The minute he told me he was German, I was like, oh, there you go. Or Kampai, yes, Kampai. Kampai here in Japan. Kampai! But you have to only do it on the first drink. You can't do it on subsequent drinks, only on the first drink, interesting enough. It seems to be a tradition. Lenny, yes, Perfume do Christmas and Disney songs. Awesome. I saw they did that Disney song recently. That really freaked me out. I might have to review that, but maybe Mickey Mouse will come around and sue me and try and kill me. Penguin is a German word name for penguin. Oh, penguin is so like Penguin Warrior. That is an awesome name. Brilliant. See, I love these German people. It's not enough room for the glass. Okay, there we go. So let's have a look here. George, 15 subscribers to 1,000. Good work. Almost 5 years for me to get my first 1,000. Are you ready for mobile devices live streaming? I'm ready for the mobile device live streaming, so and thank you very much, by the way. Yeah, 2 videos a day, so I'm glad that I was really happy. I was like so happy I'll get 1,000 before New Year, and it looks like we're going to do that. Like, so close to probably before the next live stream next weekend. We should be able to do that as a mobile live stream. So I'm just really happy. It's fantastic news. But thank you for joining and saying that as well. Yeah, like I say, if you guys didn't know, Georgie is going to be coming to do a little project with me. It's under wraps for now, but hopefully sometime in, I think it's March of next year, in a few months, we're going to be doing a very cool project together. So there's something to really look forward to next year as well. Yeah, he's a man who knows how to do his. He knows how to set up a shot. Let's put it this way. He doesn't just perform in a white background like me, like I'm in heaven. So Harry, by the way, the Scandal R Girls rock is all cover songs and has their okay, yeah, that was mentioned. I think actually, Harry, you're the one who told me about that before. I'll come back around to it. Like I say, this Christmas, I don't know if I've got time to do much more of Christmas special, but I'm going to drop the Christmas special from last year on the radio show and a few new things. But I might come on to checking out some new Christmas songs if I have time as well. Good evening. KKM. I'm half Japanese though. Lol, you're welcome. Lol, you're welcome. Thank you. I should read all the comments really quickly. So when you say half Japanese, is that half Japanese through family, or like were you born in Japan, or did you move to Japan? I'm kind of interested because one of my like closest friends from England, she's half Japanese, half English, and she really, her family was right down the middle. You know, Japanese mother, English father, and they raised her in the two cultures a lot. But she was raised in England, so the first time she came to Japan, it was actually a surprising culture shock for her, even though she kind of really, could speak Japanese semi-fluently before she'd even been here for the first time. So it's interesting how that works, actually. But I think it's great when you can like share two cultures. Complicated, but great. CMC Scottish. I have your address number, Paul. Not fucking Scottish. Are you going to go Shibuya to see the giant hatto? Sorry, I'm not as good as trolling as you, CMC, but I will work on it. Are you going to go to Shibuya to see a giant hatto? I haven't even thought about that. I hate Shibuya. I don't hate it. I just really don't like it. If I'm in Tokyo, there's so many better places, but I might go there. It's just, I know there's that huge banner there, and I kind of want to do my photo in front of it. It'd be kind of like fanboy selfie, but just the idea of going to Shibuya. Harry, I'm a mutt American, though I have a lot of German and UK heritage. That's one of the best things about Americans. It's kind of like when you adopt a dog, the best dog to adopt is a mutt. And that's one of the best things about Americans. Yes, you might be a mutt of many cultures, but that's one of the things that makes American people so interesting. You know, the educated ones, the ones who actually, care about the world and don't just think the world revolves around America. All right, let's have a see what everyone's saying. This beer always pours very Japanese. You can't see it against the background, but against me, always pours very Japanese. Howard, have you read Albert Camus, The Myth of Sisyphus? It's one of those books that I should have read, but I haven't. I just thought of something. Voltaire was French, wasn't he? And Voltaire wrote some very interesting things. If Voltaire was French, please tell me if I'm wrong on that, but I'm pretty sure he's not one of those. There's a lot of these historical figures who grew up in one country but actually from another. But I'm pretty sure Voltaire was French, and he is very interesting. Very interesting. I guess you could call him a philosopher even. But no, I haven't read The Myth of Sisyphus. I've kind of read, it's almost like the Cliff Notes. I've heard it come up in so many debates and things that I've listened to and been involved in a couple as well. But I must admit, I'm not so familiar with the work in any educated degree. But that's probably one that I should check out when I get some time. I like that kind of reading, that kind of philosophical reading is kind of interesting. Not like the hippie stuff, the stuff where people are actually talking about psychology and, existential things. It always makes for fascinating reading. So, as I'm going to call you now, KKM. My mother is Japanese. She moved to Germany. Wow, that's awesome, actually. Yeah, that's really cool. So your father is German. Sorry, I'm cross-analyzing you. Your father is German. Your mother is Japanese, and you were brought up in Germany. So similar to my friend, but with Germany instead of the UK. Wow. So are you like? are you trilingual? Do you speak all three languages? Or, because I'm guessing Japanese wouldn't be a priority, but then again, you've learned English. There's a lot of European people can, but you've learned English. So I'm wondering whether you're like trilingual or not. 1362, is there a reason you have not done any Necronomido songs? Probably because it skipped under the radar. Is that in my Reddit suggestion? If it's in my Reddit suggestion thing, it's coming up. Some things did get overlooked when I skipped from doing the desktop list to doing the Reddit instead, just because it became so clear that keeping the suggestions on my computer was getting really complicated. So I know some things were overlooked. Necronomidol. Necronom Idol? Maybe. That might be one of the ones. There's a few that I'm checking out at the moment where I can't read their name because I'm having to translate their names as I go. I think I might actually have one of those ready to be reviewed that you did put in the Reddit. There's one that I'm pretty sure you put in the Reddit that I've actually got to review either tomorrow or the day after. So it might be that. Anyway, come back to that. Zimph, Olmadelt. Is that like Omedito? I don't know what that means. Let me know what that means. KKM, after she met my dad in London, I think, wow, you are like Mr. Cosmopolitan International. Are your parents like international spies or something? Just traveling the world. They liaisoned. She came from Japan. They liaisoned in London and they moved to Germany to have an international child who would take over the world. That's cool. Voltaire is French. Thank you. Okay, yeah. So Voltaire, there's something else from France I like. So it seems to be mainly the writers, like whether it be the fiction of Dumas or the philosophy of Voltaire. I do like a bit of French writing. Therefore, there you go. Sorry, I just read this. I'll go read it out loud now. Lenny, according to René Descartes, sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong, I think, therefore, I'm French. I'm pretty sure that's not a definitive correlation there. CMC. Lenny, I think the modern translation of that is, I think, therefore, garlic. You could take it that way. I like that some of these comments need to be approved. Like Sven's last comment, I have to approve that show. Another moderator just handled this. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I love that I got moderators in here. I tried to add a few more of the regulars to the moderator list and couldn't do it for some reason. The names weren't coming up. But Lenny's on the moderator list as well now. I added him the other day because I was like, I know he didn't ask for it, but I was like, Lenny really should be. He's been on the channel for so long now. So, yeah, I need to make sure everyone is a moderator who's been here for like best part of a year and, like a regular person. So with time, there's going to be more and more moderators on here. I kind of want to get like, the regulars. I want to get everyone on a moderating tab. I know like CMC and Harry are like very hands-on with the channel. So, yeah, I'm going to try and like sort of install levels for people who are like really involved as well and just try and sort of like break things up a little bit. But yeah, I'm trying to get some more moderation rights out to you guys. So you can try and help me with all of the stupid things that get blocked that shouldn't get blocked. Let's have a look at some of the things that people are saying. Zimph. Oh, I made it for live stream. Was just got home. Thank you, Zimph. I am sorry. We have to actually crossed over 2 hours, and I'm thinking about closing this one down relatively soon. And I feel really bad about that. There's always someone who turns up at the last minute, and unfortunately, sometimes it is you, Zimph, because I think we don't do a fair job for your schedule. So I am apologising for that. But it's a pleasure to have you here, sir. Even at last knockings. Harry, the world doesn't revolve around America. News to me. Lol, sorry, late response because of work. Were you dealing with all of those terrorists? Is that what was happening? Was there terrorists? It was terrorists, wasn't it? Again, that's what they'll tell you. It was all the terrorists' fault. So CMC, hi Zimph. Yeah, but hi Zimph. Sen. But don't forget that Voltaire was an arsehole. He was an arsehole. He was an arsehole, but sometimes some of the most interesting people in the world are assholes. You don't have to like people to appreciate what they do. I tend to think that my entire life is based off of that particular philosophy. People don't have to like me, but so long as they kind of respect what I do, then I'm okay. Please drop a like on the video, please. Yes, yeah. Thank you. I'm glad CMC always mentions this. If you're in here and you're watching, we've got 16 people watching right now, and we get quite a turnover. So there's been more than 16 people total. We only had 8 likes. Guys, remember this all helps the channel, and we are trying to make this thing work. So if you're watching casually, that's fine. But if you're someone who supports this channel, then just pop that like button. It does help a lot, just for keeping us up in the matrix. The matrix. You know, all of that. Hey, some likes are coming in. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Lenny, I think, therefore, baguette. I think, therefore, bear. Harry. No bears. KKM. Yes, my dad is German. My parents met in a congress in the UK. Wow, my Japanese is pretty bad. Wow, still, man, that's really impressive. You've got a wonderful mix of things going on there, man. You're starting from a good place. Seriously, I think, therefore, live performances are magnifique. Everything about that sentence made me feel uncomfortable. Lenny, oh no, I'm a mod, so I can block myself now. Yay. Well, this is not so that you can perform some kind of social media suicide. 1362 like, thank you very much. Yeah, we get a couple of likes coming there. All right, guys. I'm going to draw this one to a day. Look, first of all, a few things I wanted to mention. Primarily, the most important thing to mention right now, I think this is the most important thing to mention of all, is that's really what I wanted to say to everyone. But as well as that, look, we're coming towards 1,000 subs, so it might be if everything works, maybe next week the live stream will be me walking around Tokyo for a bit of a giggle, just being a bit of a, not I'm going to do that all the time, just for a bit of fun. I might do a mobile live stream, a little bit of fun with things like that. There's a lot of stuff coming over December, and especially, obviously, we're gearing up for the new year when our second year begins here as a YouTube channel. I mean, it's been so great. We've had some people who've carried across from the radio show, but so many, the loyal followers have really been since we came to YouTube, and I really appreciate that. I appreciate everything everyone's done. There's been some great people who are here all the time, and I will say more thank yous towards the end of the year, but big thank you obviously has to go to CMC, who pretty much runs the Reddit and the Discord. Harry's always been there keeping the conversation going and adding so much and suggestions. So many of you have also been in there that it's virtually impossible to mention the names, but everyone, you guys know who you are, the regulars, giving so much into like the channel. And it's all about the conversation. This is what I really say. It sounds like such a cliche bullshit thing to say, but it's really true. This is about the conversation. We're not here to do shock value videos. We're here to do videos that make you think about the music you like. Maybe you agree with what I say, maybe you don't. It's to make you think, to give you a conversation. And I love the fact that whenever I go on the Discord, even if I've been gone for a few days, there's some cool things where people are talking about new music that's coming out, talking about opinions, people who love pop, talking to people who like metal, people who like hard rock, talking to both. I just love the fact that it's just gone to plan. We're not like the fastest growing YouTube channel. We've not got like a million zillion followers and fans and views, but I think we have like the highest quality thing going here. And really that is down to the fact that this has worked and you guys are here doing it. I know it sounds so cliche and twee, but I really mean it. Thank you so much to all of you for everything that you guys are doing. And thank you for staying loyal to the channel. I want you to know that obviously as more people come in, it's harder for me to stay on track of what everyone says, but this is why this is the reason why we're pushing things like the Reddit. This is why we're pushing things like the Discord, because when you guys say things, I want to be able to remember everything everyone says of relevance. I want you to know where to put stuff that is important so that I can find it. And so I'm not going to miss things that you guys are saying as loyal followers. So, in my opinion, it's something where I want to keep everyone very much in communication with the channel and helping us steer which way this goes. Like I say, just my continued thanks to all of you for all that. And I really do think the channel is going brilliantly. We've had things succeed and fail over the last year, but it's kept on picking up either way. And next year, obviously, new studio, new look, but basically the same thing, just a bit more fun, just a little bit of an up in quality, but the same old us. So let's read for the last few comments, then we're going to start cutting this one and shutting this one down. Harry, if you want to continue the conversation when the live streams are over, join us on Discord. Absolutely. Lenny, nice. Simpsy, I had to do that with an accent. Simpsy, perfume without the auto-tune, post squeak. It is. It's a out of control perfume. Oh God, so much hiccups. Oh God, the Funashi black and then beer doesn't go well together. I'm wearing my puffy shirt today. Yeah, the Discord is fun. Yeah, it's good to have you on there as well, Penguin. I know you're one of the latest joiners up to the Discord, so that's really cool. I remember there's that like the audio channel on the Discord as well. You guys probably know this. I'm just finding out about it, but that's really cool. So feel free to play music on the Discord as well. That's really fun. Harry's dropping the links for Discord. Brilliant. Thank you. Trying to keep that up to date. I think we've still got the relevant link on the videos. Tell me if at any points if it's not. Sven, the Discord is fun. Ainyan is a cat. Well, it does say Nyan in her name. But yeah, no, it's cool. I like the fact that on the Discord, almost every single like famous member of a band that we cover is now covered by their animal rather than their human name. We just refer to them all as dolphins, koalas, cats, gorillas, pigeons. You know, it's just gone that direction now. It's like a little menagerie of animals. CMC, the Discord is fun and full of bears. No bears. Discord is weird, needs more bears. Anyway, back breakdown is like Sisyphus pushing Boulder up the hill, incense not being just a shock reaction channel. I appreciate that. I mean, I'd like to think that. I mean, the difference between the Sisyphus story and this, I'd like to think, is that we are actually going somewhere. I like to think we're not constantly repeating the same cycle for no reason. I'd like to think that we're going somewhere, but I get your point in a nice way. Penguin, more French bears. Yeah, who is it who more French bears listening to live music? Damn you, CMC. Sven, girls will be bears. I posted that picture on the Discord the other day because I love that picture of them in the bear outfits. If all bears were actually Silent Siren, I'd be cool with that. Russian bots versus French bears. This is awesome. French bears 3, Russian bots 2. Ooh. Actually, no, Russian bots 22 million. Ineffective, but more. Always more. Yeah, someone posted, I can't remember who it was now, but it might have been Harry. Someone posted a really awesome picture of a bear. I think they Googled French bear and they just got a bear with like a striped shirt, a moustache, a beret, and a baguette. It's so awesome. Let's go French bears, says Sven. Look, guys, the only problem I've got with bears is because around here, I mean, luckily the snow started now, so they're all started going into like their hibernation phase and hit up the mountain. But yeah, otherwise, I don't want to die is my main problem with them. And France, I'm not even arguing with you people anymore. You and your French bears. Shake my Otamatone at you. Penguin, that was me. It was you who posted that. I forgot who that was. Yeah, that was brilliant. I love that picture. Thank you for that one. Harry, well, we got one ferocious koala bear, indeed, like more like a koala assassin. Ferocious koala for the win. Squeak. All right, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm going to call this one up now. What's the melon bear? Yuru Chara. What's that melon bear? Yuru. Oh, yeah. Oh, the really frightening one. Is it Melon Kumar? I think it might be Melon Kumar. I think it's literally Melon Kumar as in bear. Let me just Google that. There's a brilliant video. If you haven't seen, John Oliver did a thing like a few years ago now where he was doing this whole section about like Japanese mascots, and he did a really brilliant one where it's showing this, and it showed Melon Kumar scaring some children in a school. Where is Melon Kumar? Melon Kumar is one of the Hokkaido ones. Yeah, Hokkaido is for Yubari. Hokkaido is known for having some really out of order, insane mascots. You should check out the one for the pro users. It's literally a guy with a bit of a happy to meet you physiology. Oh my god. All right, guys. On that rather disturbing note, I'm going to call this one a day. Thank you so much for tuning in. As said, you can continue the conversation in Discord. I'm going to pop Discord open on my computer. I don't know how much I'm going to be talking because I think I really need to start chilling out. But I'll get in there and get on some of the comments. So let's continue the conversation on the Discord. Harry has left a link to the Discord just up there. If you didn't see it, click on that if you're not already on the Discord, and we're going to continue over there. But as always, like I say, I really appreciate you guys being so cool and all of this, and I'll be seeing you soon. Yes, as CMC and Harry say, good night, or Yasamina Sai. And hopefully I'll see a few on the Discord. Thank you so much for liking this video if you haven't already. And good night. See ya. Oyasumi. All the languages. Love it on here. Thank you so much, everyone. Can't wait to see you soon. There'll be more videos coming as well. And for now, ciao, ciao.